Enrique Booshay. Did I say your last name right?
That's right.
All right.
Enrique Booshay. Thank you for having me on.
Another local podcaster from the AV.
What up?
There you go. And then, of course, my co-host for today is going to be Omar.
I'm back.
There you go. He came back from Sierra Highway, so
Hey, it was a long trip. I'm sorry.
It's it's lunch break right now. It's quiet right there on the streets. It's right now.
He's treating me well, I swear.
There you go. So as far as like today's segment, it's basically kind of like another random segmented podcast. I wasn't really planning on today's podcast as far as like where I had it on my calendar. It was just more of a sporadic, as exactly what happened on the last podcast where I had Ramses and he just basically had just mentioned, hey, let's just do a podcast. I'm like, no problem. Let's just see who could come through. His cousin Gilbert came through, and then of course I called Omar, and that's why he's now on the switcher, because I actually like that whole interjection that we were talking about earlier today.
Apparently I was doing a good job. I felt like I was pushing the buttons too much.
Exactly. Omar's a funny guy, And I got to meet Enrique, or I got to actually know of him through the Shade of Brown pod. They're a group of another podcast local from the AV, and they had mentioned your name. I literally right away searched it, you followed back, and then kind of just went back and forth. And there you go. We're here, and we're going to do this podcast, and we'll see how it goes.
All right.
First time meeting him, too. So, it's one of those things, sporadic, but it's good times, though. Good times. And then, of course, if you could just give us a little bio as far as like how you got started with the pod, how long you've been with the pod, and what got you into the idea of doing the pod.
Well, I've been doing podcasting about for 8 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's just more of my inside the basement, just working out the craft. Yeah. It's an art form.
Yeah, for sure.
So I took those years as just practicing, and here I am now. I'm a musician as well. I write music. I produce my own stuff. I release it on the internet.
Okay.
So I'm a trade of arts,
All right.
So I got a lot of things that God gifted me, to give to the world here.
There you go. And you're 100%, were you born in Palmador or this area, or were you born somewhere else as far as LA, other valley?
Yeah, I grew up in AV, but was born in the hospital in Compton. So
you were born in a hospital, bro?
Yeah, it's a real place, man.
I didn't know.
Right?
It's a real place. Yeah, so that's where I'm not sure if you want to go that deep. What hospital did you work? But yes, most of my life I grew up in the AV.
Okay. And what age were you?
Oh, I went to elementary school, Joshua Elementary School.
All right.
My boy, Joshua Elementary.
Student of the month, bro.
There you go. And then, of course, randomly, side note.
Yes.
You two guys know each other since elementary school, correct?
Correct. We know each other. And the thing is that I feel like I told you this before, but yes, my heart knows you, but my brain don't remember you.
You know what's funny? I same. Like I said, I was telling him I've known him since elementary school, but I don't remember exactly when I was like, oh, I see your face, your name, I recognize everything.
Right.
Yeah. So
what's that conspiracy theory that everything changes? The
Mandela effect?
The Mandela effect.
There you go.
Was that a Mandela effect?
it felt like it. When I met you, I was like, wait a minute.
Right.
I feel like I've seen you before.
Right, yeah.
But not entirely sure where.
Exactly, yeah, no, I had the same story with Ramses. Literally the same thing happened with us. Where I'm like, he's on my pod. He's like, oh, I had mentioned it. Like, man, this town's so small. I'm pretty sure I met you guys at least once, within my lifespan. And then, of course, the pod ended. We were talking, and then we told a little story like, oh, that was you. Like, literally, that's what happened. Like, I had met him years prior, not thinking about it. And then he came on my pod, didn't even recognize him. Didn't recognize him until we were done with the pod.
I might have to go to therapy to remember him.
You don't want to, trust me. You don't want to remember.
It was a horrible way that we met. The way we met. Oh God, dude.
I think we even went to the same middle school,
same church, perhaps.
The same in high school. What high school did you go to? I
ended going to East Side High School. Yeah.
So did I. See, there you go.
Yeah. But I still don't remember you there. Every time I think about those years, I don't have you in my head.
Interesting.
Forgettable, bro. You're forgettable.
I get. I'm just. It's all right. It happens,
You're just a canvas, bro.
Now, okay. So when was the moment then? When was the moment you were like, oh,
yeah. Well,
now I remember you.
Look, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna get into that deep of this one. This ain't Rick and Morty, bro.
Oh, come on, Morty. Come on. Just play along.
Please, man.
Please, man. Come on,
Okay,
Morty.
what was your question? Get to your question.
No. Okay, so like you were saying, I knew you in high school, but I don't remember you in high school.
Right.
Was it when you got into the music scene?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Correct. That's when we started talking again. You know, you were there, and somehow we just hugged.
And we're like, I know you.
I know you. You know me, and you play music. Saw your band, heard your music, fell in love with it.
There you go.
Talented, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's the man.
That's right.
Yeah, I think that's when we reunited. You know, this sounds gay, dude.
Reunited and
You guys alone in the woods.
So good.
Sounds like a
Song, dude.
No, that's all right, man.
So what was that the basis as your format right now? When I've actually gone onto your Instagram,
Yes.
I've noticed that you're one solo podcast.
Yeah, one man show.
There you go. What was your concept as far as like when it came down to like the decision making? Like, okay, this is what I want to make it into, and then are you planning to keep it in that same format, or are you planning to at one point bring in guests or have a co-host, or what is your future endeavor as far as like the way that you want it to make it?
That's a great question, man. And that's exactly what I've been pondering about lately. Yeah, one man show. It's very easy. I don't have to depend on anybody. I just put the lights up, the camera, hit record, boom.
There you go.
Don't have to wait for anybody. That's one thing. I learned a lot about teamwork or working with somebody else and music, you know.
Okay, and you didn't like it?
In bands. I liked it.
Okay,
I
there you
enjoyed it, but there's times that, you know, having too many people or just having you got to depend on one, a time.
I get that.
It gets, you know, so I just want things a little easier for me. And just, you know, always been a funny guy, you know, funny kid so I was always funny, but as you get older, it gets a little hard to be funny. Mm-hmm. So you get canceled by your own family members.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So like, okay, well, I got to put this some energy somewhere else. So
There you go.
I put it in front of a camera. First, it was just audio, you know, I transitioned and, you know, naturally. So I went from audio and then eventually started dabbling with the camera. And then, you know, here I am now, you know. Like I said, 6-7 years, 8 years.
That's a good minute. That's a really good minute doing your pod.
Yeah,
you know,
locked away.
What's where do your concepts come from? You know, because my thing is like, I don't think I'd be able to do a podcast by myself just because I feel like I work better if there's someone that I could communicate with,
right,
and then just bounce off
right
communication. So where is your topic? Is it like something you just wake up one day, I'm like, oh, I saw something on TV and I'm going to talk about it, and you write it down?
Yeah.
And then you kind of riff off of it?
Something I find interesting, something funny, something that really hits a string in my heart. Like, it makes me like, oh, that's funny.
Okay.
It has to emotionally affect me first. And then from there on, we'll go from there, you know, the passion. And, you know, there's certain things that I don't like, but I think it's good to talk about. You know?
Yeah.
So I have to... You know, if it doesn't affect me emotionally, perhaps just like, okay, let's start a conversation.
Yeah.
So I dive in and start researching, doing the homework of things.
Yeah, for sure.
And then writing notes. And
I'm pretty sure it has a lot. It's a bigger, or it's a big difference between how you're doing it and how I'm doing it. You know, like, or other podcasters that have the host and then of course a guest. I'm pretty sure the dynamic of like just running the show is completely different.
Right.
Like you said, I get the idea of the dependency of another person if they can't follow through, or like Omar over there, he has to come and, you know, do a little switching on the little camcorders over there.
Right.
But like I said, for me, it just works a lot better. I flow a little bit more naturally. I don't think I'm not as fluent when it comes to the idea of wanting to talk like you two. I think Omar is just naturally just wanting to make conversation, and I get that from you when I am looking at your pod. I'm like, oh, this is who he is already.
Yeah.
And he's just basically just putting it in this format.
Yeah.
For me, I'm not that person, so I'm not gonna even try to do that.
Right. Not your cup of tea, but you got your own tea, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you have your own methods for sure.
Yeah, but eventually later on, is that the goal, or are you planning to just stay within that same format?
No. Yeah, we're gonna grow. Grow. Guest, perhaps. That's why I want to approach it differently. I did the guest I had him as a guest in my earlier days.
That's right. I was telling him about it. Yeah.
I had him in the earlier days when I just did audio, and I had many more artists come through.
Okay.
you know?
Oh, that's right. You were doing a music podcast back then. That's how you started.
Yeah, it's how I got different local bands to come over. We talked about music. How it inspires. I mean, I learned a lot through that. Interviewing people.
Okay.
I learned a lot. It was 2 years, and I learned a lot from there. And so I want to incorporate that into my new show for sure. Okay. Yeah, but like a Howard Stern vibes a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna be like, hey, what's your favorite color? More like, hey, what's going on? What you got for us today?
Okay, gotcha.
Boom. Just
no,
fun.
I get that. I think that's my thing. It's like I don't like to overthink anything.
Right.
As far as like what I do. My podcast started around 2 years ago, but the whole idea wasn't really to grow anything. It was more of like, hey, you just need to be a little bit better in front of the camera. The
Get
podcast
familiar,
is a little bit easier to navigate. You're just having a conversation. So kind of just go with the flow.
Right.
And then, of course, eventually kind of just started growing little by little. Of course, I had to stop due to work, but now it's a little bit slower when it comes to the type of work that I do. So I'm like, let's get it. Whatever time that I have, like we said, this is spontaneous. I gave you my calendar literally last night, and I said, hey, I have tomorrow, which is currently today, or if not next week on Friday, and you pick today. I'm like, perfect. Like I have nothing to do after this time. Let's go for it. It has nothing to do with more of you have a certain format that you're trying to follow through because you're, like I said, you're more of an extrovert. You're wanting to approach a certain topic in a certain way because, like you said, you have an excess of energy that you might as well just put into a creative space rather than pissing one of your family members off.
Right.
So it's more of you're doing that in your space of energy, and I'm doing my space. I'm like, bro, I'm just doing it because I had done it already. Might as well just continue doing it and then see where it goes. And as far as right now, like I like it just because I'm meeting new people. I like the indoors. I don't like the outdoors. So now people are coming to me and I'm like, okay, now I'm still being social without having to go out there,
Yeah, you're more in control of it, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how I feel at times too. I'm a hybrid, I could be an extrovert or I could be an introvert.
Yeah.
I love long conversations. That's how I grew up, loving conversations because of my mother. Me and my mother would just talk endlessly about anything, the stars, the moon, sky.
Beautiful.
As a kid, and my mom introduced that to me, and almost like a high I get out of like just opening up and just open conversations and nothing rehearsed. It's just coming out naturally. It's something
riffing.
Beautiful about that. Godly, almost, spiritual, because
awesome.
you connect. And so, definitely going to have guests on the show. But like you said, controlling in the way you feel more comfortable.
Yeah, like the guys that came through last or 2 weeks ago, the Shade of Brown.
Right.
Super cool guys. I wouldn't have never met them at a bar or at a brewery. I don't do those things,
There you go. This is your bar.
It's cold out there,
It's cold out there. It's dangerous.
Right? It's cold outside.
Right? It's cold.
It's cold.
I want to stay in here. It's warm, I have
like
my
that.
sweater on, chilling, vibing. Guys got coffee, got my water.
Cozy.
Exactly. I'm chilling.
Got a cool ass lava lamp.
Exactly.
The lava lamp.
Exactly. But like I said, I wouldn't have met those guys if it weren't for their pod that they were pushing or that they're currently pushing, and when I enjoy as well. And from there, like I just connected right away from what they're doing, and then from what I'm doing, basically the same concept. But of course, they're a group of guys. Brought them in. I'm like, bro, now we're homies. Like literally, I was hanging out with Ramses like after that pod. Maybe 2 days after, we went and played pool. And then from there, we went go get tacos with his brother.
There you go.
And then we did a random podcast the other day. So it's more of like, okay, I am now finding my crew without having even to try, hey, where's your resume? Please tell me what you like, and small talk. I'm like, bro, this is a small talk.
Yeah.
I'm interviewing right now.
Yeah.
We're chilling. I already know what you like doing this. I don't have to force you to talk. I didn't have to force you to be here. Most people get nervous or, get a certain way. I'm like, oh, I don't want to talk about this because of blah, 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 blah. But I already know that you want this, like naturally. There's no force in any way that I'm telling you. You have to be here.
Yeah.
You want to be here. And I want people to want to be here too.
Yeah. And it's beautiful the way you have everything set up. It's just that's really what gravitated me to this. I was like, wow, the production's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
So, it's just, easy. Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Pretty awesome,
And
man.
like I said, I said it last time as far as like when Ramses came through with his crew, it was more like I want to support other creators that are doing what I'm doing, especially in the AV. We don't really find each other because once again, I would say me personally, I'm an introvert. I like indoors. I don't like to go out. You know, for whatever reason, I made friends somehow and I have some sort of friendships, connections, but I don't even know how I made them, to be honest with you. I'm like, why would you want to talk to someone that doesn't want to talk? You know, but people get stuck to me like, Omar, I've known him forever. Literally, he talks and I listen. I'm like, cool. He tells the jokes and I laugh. It works. Like dynamic works, right?
No, I like it. I know you make me feel funny. Absolutely. And same thing with Enrique. I'm an entertainer. I related to a lot of the stuff that you said. My mama was very social and she always used to take me everywhere with her. So I would watch her interact with people and I was like, oh, this is how you interact with people. You smile, you make a joke sometimes, you know, and you tell stories. And it's anybody likes a story. I mean, I think that's why we gravitate to podcasts. It's people telling their stories or talking about a story. And that is what humanity loves. They just love to listen to some sort of story.
I think it's where it's also genuine. You know, we're not really trying to be anything that we're not. You guys are naturally funny. I'm naturally just me. You know, whatever you want to call me.
Whatever you want to call me.
You know, I'm just naturally me. You know, like I am in the middle grain of,
you know what, but you got to give yourself some more credit. I think you're pretty funny, Irvin. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, in a very dull, sensible way. You're like, all right, it's there, but some people will catch it, some people won't, you know, and that's what it is, you know.
Hey, and the people who catch it, they're the homies. The other ones, they can go somewhere else. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Back to Sierra Highway.
back to Sierra Highway.
Yeah, for sure. You do have an energy of like very like wait, was that a word? A stickler? Are you a stickler?
what is that? I don't even know what that means.
Are you a square? You're a square, aren't you?
Are you a weenie?
A stickler? I'm offended.
No, I'm
I don't even know what that
no,
word
you're
means.
fine.
I don't know.
fucking
Stick? Un palo? No, dude. And then you probably never heard that's what anal.
What? What do you
never heard that one before?
What, say that one more time.
Anal?
Anal?
What?
Yeah, look at him.
Hold on. No.
Don't be anal about it. You ever heard that before?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, don't take it too seriously.
Sort of.
I think the word you were looking for, reserved. I think reserved.
I hope I
get
didn't
the
insult
vibe.
you in any way.
No, I'm not
having fun here.
Irvin.
We're insulting everybody right here.
Exactly,
Right now.
we're good.
We're gonna take turns. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna go to Omar, then I'll go to you in a little bit. Don't worry
come
about
get
it.
me.
I got it, man. I got it almost canceled.
Oh,
I'm not sure if I.
Yeah,
Talk about it.
Ramses was talking to
Talk
me
about it.
Dude, yeah, I was on a podcast called the Little Brown Boys.
There you go. I follow them too.
Yeah, so I did one with the Little Brown Boys.
Shout out.
And it was during the same day that the Green Power Ranger died. You know,
Yeah.
so JDF.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
And now my podcast will cancel.
So the host of the show made a joke, Frankie.
Okay.
He made a joke, and it's morphing time. That's he morphed too hard, you know, and that's really what really triggered a lot of fans of the Power Ranger universe. Like I never knew how big the Power Ranger universe is. You know, like it's huge. I awakened the beast.
Yeah, I'm offended.
And it's like I just landed on Green Ranger land or something, man. It was just everybody was still the Power. It was just crazy.
It
man.
went up to like where you were taking the hit too.
Yeah, I got some hits, bro. I got some personal DMs, you know. Hey, bro, I'm gonna kill you and your family.
Oh, my God.
like,
Oh, wow.
you know,
Oh,
like,
God, serious.
I got my first death threat, man. It was
There you go.
trippy,
That's
man.
how you know you made it.
That's how you know you made it.
boy. You made it.
That's how you know.
Yeah, but it was weird. It was weird getting these messages, random messages like, you look like Shrek.
Oh.
You big nose. I'm like, damn, bro, this is what I wake up to.
Hey, just like it. Follow me. That's all. That's all I care.
And then
Yeah.
leave the comment. Leave the comment afterwards.
But I think God got me prepared, man, for all of this because I've been, you know, I got bullied at school a lot.
Okay.
So, you know, looking at these messages as a grown man, I'm like, well, okay.
Yeah,
You know?
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
You know.
Clever. You know?
Hey, honestly, what was the worst thing? Honestly, because I used that.
Somebody said it looked like somebody hit you in the face with a pan.
Okay.
I heard worse,
Yeah,
but
no,
That's what I mean. What was okay? Because there's a threshold. I understand what you're
Yes.
saying. Same. I've been bullied most of my life, so half the time
Really?
people
You're a
talk
good-looking
shit.
guy? How can you be-
Trust me.
Yeah, he has feelings. Though. Yeah, he likes feelings.
I have feelings, and that's
Yeah.
enough for people to want to.
what's that one thing
There
that one thing that kept repeating of a bullying Like, was it a feature of your face?
You know what? When it was back in
hair
the Joshua
boy.
days, during Joshua days, I was, born from immigrant parents, and I couldn't speak English. So,
Oh wow, fresh out the boat, huh?
fresh out actually crossed the border. We're from Mexico. But
There's a river.
There is a river, but that's in Texas, boy. We came from California.
Let's not get specific.
But to say is that I didn't know how to speak English, and anytime people would approach me, being really white, being really light skinned and the curly hair,
Golden boy. Yeah.
they were just. They were
Jealous
like,
people.
Yeah, you're a white-sican. Oh, you're a white-sican.
Look at that
was
white
like
Mexican. Yeah.
pretty much is what they would say. And if it wasn't that, they'd attack my, sexuality. Be like, oh, look at you. You're real pretty. You must be gay. And it's
That's the only thing, with good-looking people. What can you say? What kind of,
We got quiet.
you know what I mean? Like, I can't make fun of I cannot make fun of a good-looking man. I'll be hard.
You can still do it.
You're gay. That's all I got. You got good face.
And canceled.
And you're canceled.
That's the thing about my show. I say a lot of weird stuff, man. I got, it's, but I'll be careful.
No. Look, there's a platform for everything, right?
Sure,
there's a room for people like that too, who are just like, oh, I'm gonna say what other people are afraid to say because that's the market that I'm trying to.
It's okay, good, because it just comes off naturally. I'm just goofing off here.
There you go. And your intent isn't like where you're trying to spread some sort of negativity, bro. Like you're just being yourself.
Just sharing experiences.
Exactly.
I did have a hard time making fun of good-looking people.
There you go.
That's the truth.
That's the truth. There's no lie behind
There's nothing.
that.
The gay is the only way to go.
So as far as that, even that negative, I would say publicity or whatever we want to call it from that pod,
Right.
was there anything positive that came out of it?
Yeah, a lot of great things came out of it. Just to look at social media differently now. Like at first you're like, oh my god, what if they find my house? But it's just, and then you realize it's just the internet.
You live on R, correct?
On P.
Oh, there you go.
PH. But you started, it's like, it's just internet. It's just the internet just stays the internet. Sometimes it doesn't really come to life. Sometimes a lot, but it's just, I could contradict myself a lot. But like I always think it just stays in the internet, but sometimes it looks like the internet is coming to life. Sometimes. I got people walking around doing TikTok videos. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Y'all supposed to enjoy the beach.
There you
Swim.
go. There you
And
go.
then just, everybody with the camera over there. I went to Santa Monica, everybody doing a little, and I was like, what the fuck? Ain't nobody having fun at the beach no more?
Yeah, everything's on the screen right now.
Yeah, it's
Everything's
crazy.
on the screen.
But it's coming to, it's coming, people some people get confused,
Oh no, for sure. I do see the difference between the way that we are living now currently in our society, as far as like what we relate to being real and what we relate to being like social media real, and then they're trying to connect it together. I'm like, oh, the highlighted points of my life, but in reality, I'm like, bro, you're just sad. You're just looking for that validation. But I understand if you're building a platform.
Yes.
I understand if you're building a business and you're getting something financially to it, or if not, you could create art to create art. But if you're just doing a copycat of something because you couldn't think of anything else besides shaking your ass or twerking or whatever you want to call it,
we can,
it's just that
for sure.
validation that I'm like, bro,
For sure.
okay, I get it. Like you're seeking that because it's dopamine. For the day.
Feels good.
Whatever you want to call it. But in reality, we have to understand that it's not real. It's not real.
I get confused at times too. That's what I'm saying. I contradict myself sometimes, man. But like, it's just what it is. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't take it too seriously. That's what I learned. I don't take it too seriously. Have fun and enjoy it. Get canceled. It's not real. It's just you keep doing what you got to do, man. You just have fun.
And the podcasters or the ones that you were with,
Little bad boys,
how were they like as far as like after?
At points I'm pretty sure like Frankie, he's the one that got the most heat. So, God only knows what he received. He was having an event at this venue.
Okay.
And at this restaurant. And Maria's Tamales, check them out, everybody. Maria's Tamales. There's a way Spanish way to say it, but I say it very Spanglish here. But they did it over there at their place, and people from the internet kept calling them like, yo, cancel them! How dare you have them in there? And it got personal. It got it. Yeah,
were they the Latinx people?
Latinx people. It was just Power Ranger.
Yeah.
It was both a lot of white people, man. It was
The
like,
Latinx white people, bro.
But
The
yeah,
Latinx
man,
white people,
like
Jesus Christ.
yeah, that's so that's what the experience happened right there. But it was cool, man. It was cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I got some people to follow me. Some people.
There you go.
Oh,
There
shit!
you
They
go.
got some clout out of it.
Yeah, I mean, the algorithm did share some love, you know. It just, that's what it is, you know. That's all about the algorithm. Sees likes and it sees comments to see it's very live, and
Yeah.
they're gonna push it
Yeah,
out.
it's gonna push it. Yeah, for sure.
So like, that's why one of my videos I said, thank you. You're the ones that made us go viral. You know,
Yeah.
thank you.
There you go. There you
So
go.
that's pretty cool, man. But that's one thing I'm trying to learn in the game is the business of it, and also just the algorithmic of the game. You know, like there's rules to it. There's different ways to approach it, and I'm just trying to figure it out. That's where I'm at now, learning it.
Yeah, I think for you right now, what you're doing currently is working out because you're just consistent, and that's all it really is. If you've been doing it for so long and you're continuously trying to improve with now your video format and you know the quality of your audio, you have your text, you have graphics,
Yeah.
and like I said, your topics are funny. Like every now and then, like the other day I was with Rams, was like, bro, look at this guy, and like yeah, and like you know, like that's what it is. Like I don't like it just because remember I just met you today,
Right.
so why am I gonna like some random video guy that I'm like so many of them, but I'm like, bro, like he actually gave me something in return as far as like what you were saying, so I am gonna go and like it, you know, for a purpose,
Right,
you know.
right.
But yeah, like I said, you're the amount of work that you're doing right now, I enjoy. This is what I told Ramses too, and I told him with the guys too. The only reason I invited them was because I saw their push as far as like what they're wanting to do, because everybody wants to do this, but nobody wants to do the actual work behind this. They see us right now where it's already set up, the camera's already set up, the lighting set up, the audio set up, everything's already set up prior to us pushing record. And what am I going to do after this? I have to listen to the whole podcast. I have to do the pre-production. I have to do the marketing. I have to do the descriptions. It goes and leads to a lot of work just besides just doing the podcast. Most people don't actually see that end. And most people just always hit me up. I don't know if it happens to you where they hit you up on DMs too, where like, hey, could I come on your pod? And I go on to their IG or their YouTube and there's squat. There's maybe one video of a cat. I'm like, bro, that's not even your cat, you know?
Yeah.
What is this? What are we going to talk about? You know,
Yeah,
like, I don't
yeah.
even know what you're posting. I don't know what you're about.
Yeah,
You know,
dude.
What are you trying to do? Are you just trying to use me so you can
Yeah.
get energy, or I don't know what you want, but I
Yeah.
usually just
Yeah, I just got one of those already. This sounds like a cholo from the valley. Hey, fool! Hey, I want to get on your podcast and talk about financial literacy. And I'm like,
Wiley
what?
Holmes, give me some of that
And then
financial
I click on his page.
literacy.
He's like smoking a bong and shit. Supposed to, where's the yacht, man?
where's the yacht? Where's the Rolex?
Yeah,
Where's the
Gucci
yak?
flops, bro? Come on, bro. Is that a Target shirt? For sure, dude.
Yeah. But no, that's what I mean. Like I like your the process that you're doing right now, as far as like what you're pushing now. And like I said, the consistency is what even allowed me to even just say yes right away. You know, yes, come on my podcast. I want to promote what you're doing. I want to promote your name. Go like, subscribe,
Wow.
follow, whatever
Yeah.
you guys need to do. Go DM him more hate. Whatever, if you need to, just go and follow him, because I enjoy your content, you know. And like with Ramses and his crew, it's a small town. We don't really see what we're doing out here. You know, we kind of imagine it somewhere else in LA or somewhere more fancy.
For
We're
sure,
out in
yeah.
the desert, bro. Like we have tumbleweeds. You know, we have
Yeah.
nothing. But still, like creatives are coming up, you know. And like I said, I enjoy Omar being here. I've known him for a good minute. So if it weren't for the podcast, what was he? He's gonna be in Sarah right now. You know,
Please
He's
keep
gonna
me
be
off the streets,
right?
please.
Exactly.
Please, guys. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's just more of just like I like the format that I'm trying to build, but also like promoting other people too. You know, like what
That's
you're
good.
doing, it's amazing. You know, and if I could continue doing it for you, and I could continue doing it for the Shade of Brown pod, bro, like have at it.
Yeah.
Take my audience if you need it.
Right.
You know, and vice versa. You know, promote my stuff, I'll promote your stuff, and just keep growing. You know, it's just an environment of the AV. I don't know, everyone's always negative. AV is negative, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. like I said, I like it in here. It might be cold out there, but it's warm in here. So
Right.
that's where I'm going to stay, you know?
Yeah. Amen.
Hey, Enrique, where are you doing your podcast? Do you have like your own space now, or
You know, it's all in the garage. It's all in the garage.
There you go.
Hey, that's all right, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
there's nothing wrong with that in the first place.
that's right. That's right.
I'm not ashamed of it.
There you go.
Just joking, man.
I remember when I went onto your shack.
Right.
Your shack. I
Yeah,
called
that was
it
my
a
shack. God damn, bro.
I
Yo,
know,
trash can of a
no
place.
offense, bro. No. But I remember when you invited me over
Yeah.
to your podcast,
Yeah.
and it was in your shack, and it was so cool. I remember it was just like a little room.
Uh-huh.
You had vintage video games.
Yeah.
You had like all the setup. You had your mics. And I mean, do you have something similar like that in your garage setup?
No. It's all. What I did is I'm doing green screen.
Okay.
Oh,
So I just prop it up. I custom made my own backgrounds, and you work with what you got. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would love to have a beautiful place like this for sure, but I got to work with what I got. So basically, I just do it from home, and I just set up my own lights, put everything up, boom, and then just hit record.
There you go.
bro, what's your favorite backdrop if you're using a green
I've been
screen?
using the same one. I stick to one. I finally found one that fits the energy of what I'm doing. So check that out. It's pretty cool. I love it. It's a good environment. If I can duplicate that environment in real life, that would be dope.
Okay.
That's the purpose of it. Maybe have a little tree like this over there.
There you
Have a
go.
bamboo
Yeah,
tree.
there you go.
I love
Bamboo
green, man. I
tree.
love green
There you
and wood. That's my favorite
Yeah,
thing.
no, same. I need windows right now. Of course, they're closed because we're trying to control the light. But I also need green. I have 2 plants behind Omar over there. It's just it feels better. Yeah. It feels nicer.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, I like that. I
it
want
adds
that.
I might
life.
not be wanting to be outside, but I want the outside to be inside.
For sure, dude.
You know what? And I thought that was interesting, Irvin, how you were like, oh yeah, the reason why you're doing the podcast almost feels like we're doing it for some sort of human connection.
Mm-hmm.
It's the reason why entertainers do what they do. Entertainers, they want that human connection as well, but the way you want it, again, is completely different. Like you said, I'm the opposite of you. And that's where, okay, my extrovert nature will come out, and it's like, okay, let me entertain you because this will connect us.
Yeah.
And you, again, like you don't really like going out, but
Yeah.
you like doing this because by talking,
Yeah.
you end up having some human connection
Yeah, I'm
there.
associating with those that I enjoy being around with.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be with you if you're at a bar.
Exactly,
I don't
no.
want to go to a show with you. Like what am I going to do there? I would rather be on stage than be in an audience. Like I would rather do this than than I don't know what people do at bars. What do you guys do? I don't know.
Dream.
Yeah, Enrique, what do you do at a bar?
Well, you know what I used to do when I was out there being soltero, single man like.
Single man.
I would just go around getting fucked, not get fucked up.
Oh, wait.
I should have started. I started it completely wrong. I'll get a little tipsy. I'll drink a bit, get my, get a little warm, and just go around talking to older folks, man, like older people and woman or man, and just hear them out. Like, do you have the answers to life?
Okay.
Oh, so it's the same.
Do you have the answers to life? So yeah, I'll do that at bars. What's your story? What do
was
you
the
think
answer
about
to
this?
the life though? What was the answer?
Just keep on going.
Yeah, that's easy.
I talked to a firefighter. He was like, sometimes we don't have work, so we just start the fires. And I was like, what? And I was like, yeah, you crazy, man. Yeah, right. He's like, nope, that's what we do. He said something about a barity and just throwing it in the fucking woods or some shit. I was
my
like,
goodness.
and I was like, okay, well, I'll keep that in my pocket, maybe for this moment right here.
Right?
Oh my
Shout out to that
God.
fireman at that bar.
You remember his name?
No, I'm not gonna do that. That's a mafia of its own, dude. I don't want to do that.
Oh, dude, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, man. So yeah, this is great. The energy's great.
No, that's great. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want this feeling. The vibes are awesome.
The vibes are here.
Keep them going, Omar.
I know,
Keep
absolutely.
going.
Hey, look. Okay, so like I used to go to bars too, but it sounds the same. It was for human connection. You'd go
that's
get a
why you
little
go to
buzz.
I was trying to find my daddy.
There's a hole in my heart, and I need to fill it with more booze.
I don't know. I didn't go for that. I went
For human
fuzzies,
connection.
bro.
Human connection. That's what I went
Human
for.
connection.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying. Spiritual.
No, and speaking of spiritual, man, like again, we all talk about things that we enjoy, what we like. We're all musicians in here, and so are you. But what else do you enjoy talking about? If it's not some sort of news report or some sort of random thing that comes into your head? What makes you tick?
Why are you being so nosy, Omar?
I'm trying to do my job the best I can.
That's a great question. I love your questions, Omar. That's a great question. What other things I like to talk about? Well, I can't pinpoint it, but it has to do with I want to share just love, you know what I mean? Like being human, you know what I mean? Like the flaws of a human that I have, that we might all share at the same time, you know? Lessons that I learn, lessons that I see, questioning things. And perhaps we all think it's good, but let's question the good. And, you know, I'm very curious to why is that good for everybody, you know? So I just like to go deep.
You like to go deep dive.
DP, baby.
Yeah, we go deep in here.
DP, bud.
This is a therapy pod right here.
Therapy, bro.
Look, you already know if you're gonna bring me, I'm gonna go in your brain.
I
love the in-brain. I like in-brain questions, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm trying to find the doors to my soul.
Feelings, you know. All about those feelings.
Are you a man that feels?
No, I don't feel bad. I'm a man.
Teach
I'm
him.
a man.
Teach me how to
bro.
Teach him how to feel.
Teach him how to feel. Yeah, man. I feel like you
live
are
with my back.
I feel like you store all your emotions in that rock, bro.
No, that's what I do. It's all in here.
That's what it goes to.
White. It used to be crystal. You know, it used to be.
I bet.
Crystal white. See through.
Now it's
all black. It's gonna get darker.
We need to help him, everybody. This podcast must go on for many years. Come on, man. But you feel like you're. I do feel like you're. I said at 2:00, Omar.
Now, honestly, this kind of makes sense though, because Irvin, you said you don't like drinking.
Yeah.
You've never drank before.
No, I've drank.
Have you?
Okay.
No, I have nothing against drinking.
Do you not drink because you're afraid of losing control?
No.
Okay, cool.
I literally, because
that's my only psychology question.
As a background story, for those that don't know, this is I used to play music. I used to be a full-time musician.
Ooh.
We'd go to bars. We'd play at venues. Of course, venues would give you free drinks.
Yeah.
So it had nothing to do that I never was experienced with that environment, or no one ever offered me a drink. And I've been plethoras of drinks, you know, like from beer to mixed drinks to wine to whatever. It all tastes the same to me. Disgusting. Like that's all it is.
That's fair.
That's all it is, you know. Some people don't like milk. I don't like alcohol, you know. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with morals or, you know, seeing people or have a traumatic experience or story.
So you're more like a sex on the beach type of guy.
There
then.
you go.
Is that you?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a drink. It's a drink, dude.
It's a fucking drink. Come on.
I thought you were inviting me somewhere.
Why don't you know this?
Like, you know, you like sweet alcohol drinks, you know, the ones that taste like lemonade.
Like a margarita?
Yeah, are you a margarita man?
I don't know. Maybe. If someone made me one, I'm like, maybe.
Okay,
but technically, I smell the alcohol right away. Even if it's a mixed drink.
I believe it.
I literally smell it. And people are like, no, it's delicious. And I'm like, ugh.
Okay. So, you hardly dabble into the alcohol world. Okay.
Yeah. No, but like I said, it has nothing to do with the whole morality thing.
Right.
You know, I had a bad past with childhood or nothing like that. It's more just, I just never enjoy the taste. And every year, I'm going to go next year, you're invited. I'm going to go to transplants with my crew, which is my assistant, my editors, you know, my photographers. I also invited the other pod at transplants. Next week, it's going to be my birthday. I don't drink, but what do people like to do?
Let's get him fucked up for his birthday.
Everybody likes to drink. So we always go to transplants. So everybody drinks. I enjoy the company. They're enjoying their discussing beer. And I'm not saying anything bad about transplants because I'm pretty sure people enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Me, I always go up to the same lady. She already recognizes me and she already gives me whatever. And it's just random, you know, because every single thing that I've tasted tastes the same to me. And I try, like, I'm not even joking. Like, I really try. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to at least try to drink this one, but I can't.
It doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
Somebody telling you, this one tastes good. Like, come on, man. You think black coffee tastes good?
I don't know.
It doesn't taste good.
It doesn't taste good. It's for the effect.
Okay.
It's just what it is. Yeah, you know, for alcohol, you just want it. You're not drinking it because it's like, oh yeah, we're having a picnic. No, let's get fucked up. I want to take my. You know, people have different reasons why to get fucked up. You know what I mean? To get drunk. It's because but Yeah, nobody likes the taste of it.
Oh, I don't know. Well, why do people do it then?
Like I
Look,
said,
man,
they just want to just party or just something, you know.
Omar, tell me.
Honestly, anybody who tells you they like alcohol is lying to you. You
taste.
you just learn.
It's a drug,
you
bro.
learn how to
Come
do
on.
it. You-
The acquired taste that they just build into.
Absolutely. It's just
yeah.
it's like coffee. Like he was saying, I drink my coffee black, but I didn't like drinking my coffee black. That's just something that happened.
There's a reason.
Naturally.
To it.
Just
Yeah.
actually no, it was my little it was my first boss, my first real boss. She taught me how to be a man. And she was
man.
this little like Guatemalan lady who was like, "A la gran puta boss," you know,
there
like
you go.
vulgar,
There
super
you go.
vulgar.
Yeah, they love their
And-
coffee.
Yeah, they do.
love their coffee.
And one time I went into work with my eyes glued shut because it was 4 a.m. And she was like, "A la gran puta vos, get into my office right now."
There you go. That's a clip right there.
And she just gave me this cup of coffee, and I was about to put sugar and cream in. She's like, "No, you drink it black."
No.
And I was like, oh, okay.
said no.
And I just accepted it from that day forward. I was like, okay, I guess I'm just drinking it black. So
Interesting. Yeah.
that's what happened. I didn't like it. I still don't
well,
like
same
it.
thing.
you know?
I'm fairly new to the coffee game too. For whatever reason, I enjoy water. This is my taste, my preferred
Dude,
taste.
you sound like an android,
You know,
bro.
that's my preferred choice, you know?
I am Irvin.
Right.
I like to
I-
drink water.
I started drinking coffee due to one of my friends, Guatemalan, because they love
there
they
you
love
go.
their coffee.
Yep.
You're Guatemalan, huh?
I'm not Guatemalan.
His friend is.
My friend is Guatemalan.
Oh.
Yeah, they enjoy their coffee. I am Mexican. I don't know if we enjoy their coffee.
My
either.
boy's from DF.
Oh,
What else?
Damn it. I thought you
Oh,
were
it's
DF.
close.
It was close. Okay, okay.
Close. There you go. Anyway, she's the one that got me into coffee because she's like, "Oh, we need to go to this coffee shop. The coffee grains are from blah." And I'm like, "Whatever." So acquired taste started building, but it was more like I need a lot of sugar in it first, and then from there, I kind of just started building into like less and less sugar and all that stuff. But I don't really see the issue with coffee as far as like me just drinking every now and then. It tastes okay. It's not the greatest taste that I've ever tasted, but it's not like beer. Like I could smell coffee and I'm like, oh, it's coffee. But when I literally lift that cup up, I smell that and I'm like, ugh. And I'm like right away, not wanting to do it.
it's like eating broccoli.
Like eating broccoli.
Dang.
There you go. But yeah, that's my little story of not drinking beer.
I thought it would be deeper than that, man.
No,
No, but
Omar's the feelings guy. I am more of just whatever I am, bro. Whatever
You're
I
the
am.
existential crisis right now.
Whatever
on
I
camera.
am.
Who am I?
no, Irvin is very, very logical. I would
Yeah,
say.
there we
I
go.
think
That's
he comes
that's
from a
it.
very, logical.
Yeah,
Yes.
Very grounded.
Yeah, grounded, bro.
Yeah, you don't even step off the floor, bro.
Right,
You just
I live
like
with my back.
I live off my back.
skiing through the fucking ground, bro. Grounded.
Yeah.
That's solid, bro.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well,
Never
I don't
got in trouble, did you?
Yeah, I've never known where it's come from as far as like who or what or how I've thought things
Wow.
through and all that stuff. Because
Yeah, logical.
literally my background is similar to, I'm pretty sure similar to yours. I haven't really heard your background. I didn't really ask.
Right.
I'll probably ask after I tell you this story.
After I'm done
that
talking.
should have been
After
the
I'm
first
done.
thing we should have asked, right?
It's okay. I like where this is
Tell us
going.
your story. You know, tell us about your
We'll probably do
feelings.
that on the second podcast. Right.
Yeah, but similar to Omar, like humble backgrounds, you know, coming from the AV, you're gonna hang out with hooligans. You know, like literally everyone's gonna smoke weed, everyone's gonna drink, everyone's gonna party. Literally, everyone's gonna do the same thing if you're coming in from the same spot of finances.
Yes.
But for whatever reason, I've always focused on what I wanted to do. First, I wanted to draw, consistently just drawing. Then I wanted to play music, consistently for years, wanted to just be a guitar player
Yeah.
and a teacher.
Uh-huh.
From there, I wanted to be a photographer, consistently just always just one thing and everything else is like, doesn't matter. Wow. If it's not going to do anything for me in any way where I'm enjoying what I enjoy doing when I play the guitar, I love the idea of just creating. The idea of like, this song was nothing yesterday, but now it's something today. And that's what I enjoyed the most. Same thing with this podcast or same thing with the photography, videography that I do. It's something that it's just, I love doing it and nothing could distract me. And I know other people have their own turmoils and stories like this is why I'm focused and all this stuff. But like I said, it's just, it's already ingrained, you know, I don't know what it is. And every now when I see Omar and he's telling me certain things that I don't like hearing, what do I say? Omar, what are you doing? You know, I have to check him, you know, like I literally have to tell him like, yo, get on it, you know? 'Cause
Yeah.
We're going to navigate life the same time span. We're basically renting this time that we're here. and I don't want you to waste it, you know, and that's all it really is. But like I said, we're all coming from the same background, you know, and like I said, I don't want myself to come off like, oh, I'm better than anybody else either, because that's not the point, you know. Like I just want it to be where like if I could produce something and then I could basically share it, you know, so other people could benefit. That's for me, that I enjoy that too.
You're just an artist.
There you go.
That's what it just is, man.
That's what an artist is. Bro,
That's
I love
artist.
that. I didn't know. You started with art, and
Yeah.
that was my first love too.
I heard that. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, you remember that?
You
Yeah,
were, you were pretty good at it.
I
right?
was pretty good at it.
You won a competition, you said, or
In elementary school.
yeah.
I won a few, but you know, that's
drew your
kid
hand,
stuff.
you know?
Yeah, I drew a turkey.
You know,
is
you
what
drew-
I did.
Very
yeah,
similar though. I like you focus on one thing, you try to get good at it. That was skateboarding for me. You know,
there you
I
go.
did skateboarding. I did the music rock band, and then I'm also doing dabbling into the world of stand-up comedy too.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
there you
You know, that's a whole different ball game.
That is
man.
different.
You know, but I love it. It's fun. You know, I like it.
That's awesome though.
That's always been the love.
The comedy section, as far as like that side, I enjoy the most just because they're the complete opposite of me. You know, you guys say whatever you guys want. There's no filter.
Yeah.
Like I said, for me, I'm taking you're technically taking my energy right now because we're having a conversation, right? Right? It's just gravitating towards you. But for me, it's like I'm forcing myself. I have to force myself to do this. Like now, it's now a little bit more
Genuine.
natural just because I've been doing it a little bit longer. But I had to strengthen that for myself.
Yes.
But for you, it's like that's why I gravitate towards those that comedians, anybody that is those are panelists. You know, I'm like, bro, like it's amazing how you could articulate what you're wanting to say really well, or like comedians, you guys tell stories, and then basically say whatever you guys want in between, making people laugh. I enjoy that. You know, I really enjoy that.
Yeah, the art of it's crazy, man. I mean, like you said, how do you put whatever's in here out there?
Yeah.
And it's just something that I learned. I had a speech impediment growing up.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, I and also was shy in some ways talking to people as a kid. I always told my brother, hey, you know, go. He was 1 year younger than me, but I'll be like, hey, can you go ask to get some ketchup for me? You know, my brother would be like, okay. He'll be like getting the ketchup for me. And honestly, it's just watching stand-up comedy as a kid, which is like somehow taught me in a way how to speak.
Okay.
You know, how to bring like a complex thing and chop it up to like something a lot easier for somebody to swallow.
Yeah.
So you just learn. I learned how to, stand up.
Yeah.
Different
Top
things.
3 comedians that you look up to.
Oh yeah, Patrice O'Neill.
All right.
You know, George Carlin,
Okay.
and I like Bill Burr. He's pretty cool too.
No, Bill Burr's cool. You kind of got that loudness of Joey Diaz.
Joey
that
Diaz.
rantiness. You know, I got that.
Paul
vibe right
Mooney.
now. Yeah,
I love
there you go.
Paul Mooney too.
Paul Mooney.
I love Paul Mooney, man. One of my guys, man. Paul Mooney, Patrice O'Neill, for sure. Yeah, man.
That's awesome. As far as like that transition between you breaking out of that, how old were you?
Into what? Breaking the habit of asking my brother?
Yeah.
Well, it's probably my early teens.
Okay.
You start building your own personality, start, hitting puberty.
Yeah.
So
I want the chicks.
it wasn't chicks, dude. So,
I better go get him. I don't know how to talk.
I have to learn how to talk.
hi, how are you? Fell from heaven?
Fuck. Fuck that one.
I mean, too. What's her name? But
Run away from me.
yeah, like preteens, man. Started, building, growing some hair. Going,
All right.
Her, what's
Yeah,
up?
I'm still growing, bro. I'm still growing.
Yeah,
I got nothing.
I mean, you should see my legs, bro. There's
Oh my goodness.
no hair.
I was not expecting
Look at that shit.
I was gonna
Look
say
at the
that
screen, bro.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
doesn't
not
seem
what I
like
was
I-
expecting.
He waxes.
Bro, he shaves.
I don't.
Just shave, I
I don't
swear.
know. I don't know, man. But yeah, dude, that's it broke through, and but yeah, I entertainment was always something a part of my life.
Bro, what did it for you, man? What gave you that entertainer like bug? Because was it something you watched, somebody you idolized?
Watching as a kid, like a little kid watching my dad make his friends laugh.
There you go.
That seemed pretty cool. And then just making my mom laugh, and then making my uncles, aunts laugh. And then for some reason that just became a thing forever as a kid, just making people laugh in school. no matter what, I'll get a lot in trouble a lot. It'll be like I get to know you a little bit, and then slowly the light switch just pop up, and then I'm just going crazy. People will be like, dude, are you on drugs? I will get that a lot. What's wrong with you, man? You on drugs? You on crack? Like, no, I'm just trying to have fun, just trying to have fun, trying to be funny all the time, man. Yeah. Thank God I live in a time where this platform exists. This is it. This is my playground. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good ride. I have so much goals that I want to obtain. And I want to say one of them is to be on the Tiger Belly podcast.
Bro,
I want to meet Belly. I want to meet Bobby Lee and hang out with them. Be cool.
No, I for sure. Like Bobby Lee, hands down, really good podcast.
He's funny.
He's the man. He is funny. People say he's the funniest man in the world.
Do I agree? Yeah, I think he's situational.
He's just funny, just the way he is.
He's just a funny dude.
Just what he is. Vibrates funny.
Yeah. No, I think it's more of the relatableness that I could kind of relate to him just being a person. And being like
that's how I felt.
Overly good looking, or overly super tall, or overly you could tell that he's just a person, but his energy is just so broad. And it just you want to be almost like, oh, if he could do it, I could do it, because I'm relating to him.
His journey as an entertainer in the business of Hollywood or anything. Doing Mad TV.
Oh, Mad TV. That's right.
And now where he's at now. Like the people that were super famous back then at his time are not as famous as he is, or popular.
Yeah.
So
from Mad TV era,
he stuck it through. He never gave up. He stuck it through, and look at him now.
Yeah, it's that consistency. Like I said, what you have right now, it's literally what has brought you here to my platform is your consistency.
There you go.
If I would have seen you post once a month, I would have probably be like, I don't know about this guy. He's a little bit not too seriously about what he wants to do. Why am I going to give him the push?
Right.
Why am I going to give him my platform? Because I am going to set up everything. I literally put everything when it comes to the finances onto this. So I am going to promote, or I am going to push those that are pushing themselves and nothing else.
Yeah.
And I think that consistency, I think that's what he had too, like Bobby Lee, just staying consistent.
No matter
what he's doing, the podcast or his acting, or, when he was in Mad TV, he was just kept going, The one thing that I would say as far as like when it comes to Bobby Lee, I would love to see a special, that's something that I know he doesn't want to do. For whatever reason, I don't know him personally, so I can't ask.
But is
call him up, boy.
Is the hype still there as it was like 4 or 5 years ago?
Oh, I think so.
You think so?
Oh, for sure.
Because everybody talked about, when's the special? Especially at times when Netflix was just pumping out specials.
Yeah.
And we're like, Bobby Lee. And now it's taking so long at this point. It's like, okay, well,
even if he does it when he's like
like
70, I think it would just be just as good.
He has beautiful stories about his childhood.
He has so much stuff to like.
So much.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, it's almost like, he could take his sweet time.
Yeah.
And I would still watch it.
Right.
Probably buy it if I could buy it.
Yeah.
But it's who he is. It's his name brand, his persona that he's built, not just the special is going to sell because it's funny. No, it's because Bobby's Lee.
Just Bobby Lee.
Exactly. It's
that's
his
beautiful.
Name. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if he takes forever. I just want him to do it.
That's the goal, man. Just being that. Just being you.
Okay.
And that's the energy. That's what I want to do. Just being you, and I could just live off of 1,000, 2,000 followers. If I can, I'll charge them a couple of bucks to see stuff. Like your fans are the ones that can feed you.
Yeah.
You need
absolutely.
Sponsorship and it's cool to do all that sponsorship stuff. It's awesome, great. But at the end of the day, if sponsorships don't want to mess with you, your people will.
Yeah, exactly. I think that just the support that you have around you. I think that's what he has right now. He has his crew, he has his manager, he has his guy behind the board, of course he does pay them now because they are making money. But at some point when he first started, it was, where we're starting, it was just, hey, I have an idea. Let me just do it. That's all it is. And then from there, like continuously doing it, you're going to get that support. Just naturally.
Absolutely, because it's what's the word? It's a numbers game, if that makes any sense. Like as many people you can get to watch you, you'll interact with people that are similar to you. So in theory, if you show your face more and more and more and more often, you'll have the chances to meet people who are more like you, who'll say, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
This guy talks like me. He looks like me. He has a lot of the same values. Why don't I follow them?
Yeah.
Follow him, follow her. And that's how you're following, develop slowly.
Yeah, I feel that with music. I said once, like, there's no such thing as a bad song.
No, absolutely.
Like you
Somebody
might
will
think
like
it's
it.
bad.
Yes, me. Yes.
But this person might think,
Irvin thinks it's bad too.
Yeah,
He
no,
thinks it's
I
bad.
would be honest. I'd be like, bro, that song sucks.
I hate that song too.
That song
But
sucks.
the idea that somebody's gonna like your stuff.
Omar wrote it.
It was me. That's why it sucks.
Oh, no, man. But yeah, man, that's how I feel about podcasting. Like like you said, it's gonna fall in the right people's lap, and
Absolutely.
just from there on, just let it.
Yeah,
naturally-
enjoy it though. Like I think that's what it is. You have to enjoy what you're
Enjoy
doing.
it.
I enjoy this because you guys are here.
Yes.
That's what I enjoy. I like not being out there. Like I said, I
But-
like being in here,
but being in
but
the-
I still like people in my circle.
Yeah, I get
and
that.
if I could get that energy where I'm not having to go like the resume thing, the round, like, oh, meet my friend here. I'm like, I don't want to meet him.
This
Like,
guy
I'm
said,
gonna
"Where's
meet
your
him.
homie application? Let me see
Yeah,
it."
like, I don't want to meet him. Like, bring him onto my podcast. We'll just have a conversation here.
Yeah.
It's just so much easier. But I'm enjoying this for me. And of course, like I said, a platform that I could enjoy, but then also could like push your podcast and, like I said, take off Omar from the streets
Please, I'm so hungry.
and promote other podcasts like the Shade of Brown.
Yeah.
Those guys are so cool. Like I would have never met them if it weren't for me doing this and them doing the same thing.
Yeah.
That's what I enjoy. But enjoy the process.
Enjoy the process. That's enjoy it. And it's awesome. I
Yeah,
love the
like-
process, man. It's so much fun.
Yeah, at some point we're gonna look back and I'm like, hey, remember the first time we met and blah blah blah. We're talking about this, and yeah, man, we're like 60 now, and God knows what we're doing, but we at least did it.
Yeah.
We at least tried and did something that most people were either too lazy
Yeah.
to do it for themselves, or too scared, or too timid, or overwhelmed because, oh, what am I going to talk about, or what the camera settings, I don't know about that stuff with the tech. It's more of like you're doing it because you really wanted to do it. So I'm pretty sure you have a regular job or something, or you have kids, or you have a wife. You're doing it on your free time.
Yeah.
You're spending that time where you could either just be chilling with your wife, or
Yeah.
watching a movie, or just literally doing whatever you want, but you're doing something else.
Taking that of your time out of your day. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I enjoy that you enjoy Bobby Lee too.
Yeah.
Tiger Belly.
Yeah. Okay. You're Tiger Belly fan.
Yeah. No, I'm a big Tiger Belly fan too.
Yeah. You're what's it called? Slept King. All
Yeah,
that,
yeah. There you
the
go.
Sleepers. What was it called? The followers of Sleepers, or
Yeah. His little fan base.
yeah.
Or what are they called? Pineapple or something like that. I know, not pineapple.
I don't know, man.
He has so many
so
terms,
much. Yeah.
Yeah, so the way that I kind of grew the idea of my podcast is one similar to your story as far as like the whole idea of not being able to talk. I could talk in front of people. Like when I first met Omar, I was a little bit more timid, but I was doing things that I had to go and be in front of people all the time. So it was almost like I was forced with what I was doing. So I was playing guitar. I was always in front of people. So I didn't have to talk to the people that were in front of me, but I at least got that. And then from there, people started to recognizing me. So I didn't have to approach them. They were approaching me. So I had to make conversation. Same thing the way that I met Omar. Literally went to a family event. He showed up. We connected because of music.
Oh yeah, you were
know?
playing guitar. Or you had a guitar, right?
No. At the time, someone had mentioned that I played guitar. They took out their guitar.
There you go.
And then that's where we started just chatting it up, just because of that connection of art, or the connection.
The common ground,
Yeah,
which
the common
was
ground, exactly.
music. At the time, I was just starting, and you were already established.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, this is what a guitar player looks like."
Yeah.
Let me
very
talk to
awkward.
him.
Yeah,
you
very
know?
awkward.
Is it like Spanish guitar?
A little bit. Yeah, I dabble in everything. Yeah. I'm more of just very diverse.
Yeah.
He's a shredder, bro.
You shredded.
He
You're
shreds.
shredded.
Yeah,
Look
I
at that
don't-
Les Paul at the
I
wall,
don't play
dude.
as
Like,
much no more, so it's not.
Oh
it's
yeah,
not-
man, the fancy guitar, man. Yeah, it's beat up. That's how you know you play that shit.
Oh, there you
oh,
go.
he played it for years.
Yeah, for
Is
years.
I'm pretty sure you take care of yourself really, really well.
That's my favorite guitar.
Yeah,
that's
you clean it once a week probably.
Not really. Like
No, okay.
it's usually the case now, so I don't really have to clean it. But that's the one guitar that I do remember buying at Guitar Center, and I remember it was around 1,600, maybe 1,500.
Nice.
Wow,
And I paid it off by what I was doing, which was at the time I was teaching guitar. And I remember just the idea that day. I'm like, you're going to go to Guitar Center and get the guitar that you want. Wow. And I've always imagined that when I was little, when going to Guitar Center, I'm like, one day I'm going to just pick and then ask them and, hey, I want that one. And then
why that one though?
It was either going to be the Les Paul or an SG.
Nice.
Yeah.
You almost bought an SG.
Yeah. And the reason why is because I started playing AC/DC.
There it is.
So I was a big
AC/DC
fan of Angus Young.
Okay. Oh,
So- Angus Young, you know, the guitar player. So it was in my head, I just saw that image of, you know, the SG guitar. I'm like, one day I'm going to have an SG. I did actually buy an SG from Guitar Center, but the action was off. And I'm like, from there, I'm like, nah. I returned it the next day. And then I saw this guitar. I literally just liked the look of it. You know, I'm like, okay, it looks similar to Eric Clapton's Fender guitar. The Brownie.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I saw that color. And I'm like, I just want to try it because I was always wanting humbuckers. So either SG or a Les Paul. And I saw that one. I picked it up. I liked how it felt. And I'm like, you know what? I want this guitar. But I remember that feeling, just like knowing that I bought it. No one else bought it for me. Cash. And here you go. Thank you. Here's my receipt. Bye.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little story.
You sound like, you know, enthusiasts of guitars. Are you guys both enthusiasts?
Well, I worked at a guitar shop, so
yeah.
I'm kind of a nerd.
Okay, so yeah, I like that guitar that John Lennon had, and I just go get that. That's exactly the same story. That's my expensive guitar. It's
is it a casino?
It's like the fat one, the casino.
You bought a casino?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's black
nice.
Royal Casino one. It's black and gold.
See, I told you I'm a nerd.
And it has like a it has like a holographic flower.
Oh no, it's a Sherrington. A Sherrington.
Yeah, that was my first expensive guitar. I was
Okay.
like, John Lennon inspired me.
Nice.
And I thought about, like, you know, John Lennon had that pure wood one, and I was like considering just sanding it down and just having pure wood. Yeah.
So you're a John Lennon fan?
I love John Lennon, man.
Okay.
Give us a look, bro.
Uh-huh.
Give us glasses.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Yeah, I like that.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, dude, John Lennon. I mean, like, what's the word? That favorite song. What was that? Your favorite song?
Imagine?
Bro, that's my favorite song.
My favorite song?
Yeah. What's your favorite song?
From John Lennon? It was the one he did with Yoko, the end of the year.
I don't know that one. I'm not a
All
John
of a
Lennon
sudden
fan.
he mentioned Yoko. I'm like, what?
I was like, dude.
It's New Year's. I think it's No More War.
Okay, you're a real John Lennon fan.
Yeah, I like the one Sleeping. I like John Lennon's song Sleeping. I'm just sleeping. You heard that one? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like John Lennon, man. I like all about John Lennon, man.
Is that what influenced you in the writing?
John Lennon, Bob Dylan.
Oh, Bob Dylan's one of mine.
I like Bob Dylan, John Lennon. You know, Eminem. It's one of my guys.
Eminem?
Yeah, Eminem. I was a stan, bro. I had posters of Eminem on my wall as a kid. My dad would be like, "Mijo, you gay?" Because Eminem would be like in the tank top, you know, flexing. So my dad's old school. He's just looking at a dude,
Like,
half
dude,
naked.
tell him where your dad's from so you don't get canceled. Just tell him how old is he?
Oh, he's old, man. Well, no, he's not that old. But yeah, he wasn't like, what the fuck? But he was supportive, man. I had a man on my wall.
It's like whatever you
That's
whatever
my
you
Mijo
want,
right
whatever
there.
you want,
That's
Mijo.
my song.
love you
I
either
love
way.
you no matter what, Mijo.
No
I
matter
love
what.
that.
He's a rap god.
Dad, he's a guy. He's a dad. He's a guy.
Yeah, so I was a stan growing up. So you know, Bob Dylan, you know, John Lennon.
Bro, did you have a rapping phase?
I had a rapping phase.
I knew it.
I had a rapping phase. You know, I got.
What was your name?
You know, CeeLos at one point. Like,
CeeLo.
You know, but like it wasn't like crazy. You know, I remember talking about this one time, and I went to a therapist, and the therapist is like, you know, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was just like, I want to be a rapper. and I was like, he's like, a rapper? Yeah. And he just looked at me. He's like, all right, well, rap something. And I remember this is the first rap I ever rapped. And I was like, Harry Potter went up the ladder to get some water. What you think? Okay, so how do you feel about school today? It was straight to but that was my first rap hour. Harry Potter went up the ladder to get some water.
That's pretty good. I made up a rap once.
Yeah, let's hear it.
My baby drives a Mercedes.
Yeah, my baby. That's some shit like you just rap.
This is why we don't have friends.
Yeah,
This is
my
why.
baby.
This
My
is
baby.
why we don't have
my baby drives a Mercedes. My baby drives a Mercedes. In the front,
It's gonna be my intro.
in the back. She ride anywhere that she like.
All right.
Okay,
That's as much as I got. Yeah.
Yeah, that last one was real though.
That
right?
was real. That one was.
I
real.
felt it.
But bro, that's as much as I've ever gotten, as at least in my rap career.
Same here.
But, yeah.
That was it.
There you go.
That's when you realize that in that therapy session, you're like, I don't think I could be a wapper.
I don't think I could cut it, dog.
How old are you?
Oh, fuck, man. I was like 11, 12.
Okay. Very young.
Yeah, very young, but I and that's the thing. If you hear my music, there is some rap to it.
Okay.
It's it's different for sure. I heard a comment that said it sounds like an American version of Bad Bunny.
Okay. Bad Bunny gets down.
Yeah, so but I'm not speaking Spanish, but I'm just, singing, and then I don't know, or just kind of give it that flow, and then just, blame it. It's one of the songs I really do believe if I get that really produced, like professional, that will be the hit. That would be the, right now it's just how it is because, I'm doing GarageBand, but it is what it is. But I think if somebody just grabs that and just made it boom, bro,
Hey, look, man.
that's going to be the one.
Don't knock GarageBand. What was his name? There was an artist, Steve Lacy.
Steve Lacy.
Steve Lacy has produced all of his music on his iPhone, and he was using the app GarageBand. So he literally posted a video like, "This is how I make music. So no excuses."
No excuses, man. Then you got to there's a lot more time put into using GarageBand. You know what I mean? Like these expensive programs can automatically do what GarageBand can't do in a matter of fucking 3 to 5 minutes. You know what I mean? So it takes work for sure. I did my best to just all right, come on, on the left ear a little bit on the guitars, the drums coming in with the reverb, but I just kind of at this point I'm like, what, fuck it. This sounds just cool for me. At this point, I'm enjoying it myself. If somebody could help me produce it, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But
Are you fully still integrated when it comes to the music?
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes. It's something that I can't leave. It's just natural. It's just me.
Okay.
It's just me.
Yeah.
If I sit down just with the guitar, I'll just come up with the song.
Okay. Yeah. So my problem is that, like I said, I'm hyper focused on everything. So if I get into something, I can't do anything else.
Yeah.
So when I stopped playing music, I already knew that I was going to stop music.
Shit.
I haven't played music. Like, I think I had practiced once with my high school friends last year, November, for 3 weeks. And I started enjoying it and started picking it up more and more. But like what you were saying about, doing your solo podcast, about having people come in and trying to get the schedules going. And then if they can't come through, then you're like, I don't know. It
can be discouraging.
Yeah, it's very discouraging. And of course, now I'm a little bit older now. Look, I already have my stuff going, when it comes to this. I don't really need to do that. And I felt like I was leading into the same path. As far as I wanted just to focus on the music again. And I felt like I was kind of dismissing the things that I'm currently doing now. And that's what I mean. That's my personality. It's just I'm doing one thing and that's it. And music, I'll always love music. I'll always enjoy hearing it and seeing people perform, but it's for whatever reason, it's just my personality.
I think that's a blessing, man. I find it a challenge because I want to do everything at once. If I just did what you did and focus on that solely on that one project, I think for sure I might probably be a lot further in the road. But I'm a man of doing this and then I'm trying to do everything at the same time, and it could drive me nuts at times. So I just sometimes I might stop playing music for about a month. Picking up a guitar. And then nowhere I pick it up and write a song.
Oh, okay.
And then just we got to finish the song within 2 days. You just hit it, do 3-4 hour sessions, and just knock it out of the park if I can.
Yeah.
If I really, 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 really like it, I'll spend more time on making it sound pretty. But sometimes it's just like, let's get this shit out. I've got to clean this hard drive, you know? So that's what it is.
Okay. Yeah. No. I get that. You know, like like I said, it's one of those things that I still enjoy. I wish I could kind of like every now and then pick up my Les Paul and then just play a couple here tunes. But I was never used to playing covers. So that's my issue too. Like I enjoyed creating, not replicating someone else's song and then trying to perform it. Of course, that's how we all start when we first start anything. We're like with the lessons. I'm like, oh, I'm going to play some Ramones and some power chords, whatever. But after a while, I'm like, okay, I want to just like not play someone else's song. I want to play what I feel and then just put it into this art form. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now when it comes to music. Like I can still play the guitar, but my dexterity, as far as like my fingering, as far as like the way that my fingers could last, as far as like the callus, it's not there anymore. I remember I'd play for hours. Now I could play for like maybe 10 minutes, you know? I still know the theory.
Right.
I still know how to actually, every now and then I'll pick it up. I'm like, oh, this would sound cool if I wanted to write a song, but then I'm like, no, let it go. You know, let it go.
Damn, man.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm similar to you, but I'm trying to stay within the same platform. Like when it comes to photography, videography, this for me in my head, I'm like, oh, it involves cameras. So you already know how to use a camera, set it up differently. But I'm not trying to recreate something, you know, it's already created because we already have other podcasts that we're trying to follow, like, you know, Tiger Belly or Joe Rogan. If you listen to Joe Rogan, the idea is already there. I'm not creating anything besides just me having the conversation, meeting new people and all that stuff. But that's really what it is for me when it comes to not picking up the guitar.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Okay. That was really valid reason. It's cool. I like it. I'm gonna do that more. I'm gonna do that. More focused.
I like to get guitar no more. I'm gonna go home and burn my guitar.
Burn my guitar and delete that hard drive.
There you go.
But you say you're gonna tell us that one thing about Guitar Center of why you quit.
Oh,
is that really? Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm gonna
because that was your life. That was your life, man.
It was my life for a long time.
You lived in Guitar Center.
This is a man show. We don't have.
This is the man show.
Suck it up, boy.
No, I'm trying. Hold on. let me just get my shit together real quick, and I'll tell you.
Hashtag Me Too movement.
Yeah, man. Most people know me in this valley as the Guitar Center dude. It's the reason why I know so many people. It's the reason why I can talk so well. It was a sales gig for a long time. So you have to learn how to present yourself in front of somebody and be like, oh God, I have to. Do you want to take the pro coverage? And you have to learn how to get over these feelings. Like, and in a way, it taught me how to handle rejection and also how to handle abuse. Because how you were talking earlier, how you were
I was abused.
You were abused by the internet, yes.
Okay.
And you weren't as like affected by it. I know, I'm going real deep.
Like
trauma, talk about
PTSD. No, the abuse that you see, just from the people on the internet.
Yeah, man.
They're trying to go for your throat, and you're just like, dude, that's not that bad. Yeah. Like, and that's what this job taught me, at least. And I'm very thankful for it. But you know what? You said something about being ADHD, dude.
Little ADHD boy.
I just every 3-4 years, I feel the itch of doing something else. And it could be, I don't know, some weird psychological tick I've put in my head. But it just happens every time. 3-4 years go by and I'm like, I'm bored. I need to go do something else. And I stayed at Guitar Center a little too long. That's all. And
got comfortable.
I got comfy and everything, what's the word? Every reason why I didn't like the job was just an internal excuse. It was just me trying to find problems with it so that I can validate the fact that I'm bored. I want to do something else. And it sucks because the last thing I was really good at, obviously, is teaching music. I didn't know I was good at teaching music until I did it for 5 years. And then I realized I was doing it for 5 years. And then that's when I was like, oh, I think I want to do something else. So I quit. And that's
That's the story, man. I was looking for
story.
drama, man.
No drama, man.
Like this
Now he's a
coworker.
Chip and Dale's dancer in Sierra Highway.
Yeah,
So if you wanna
that's
go
what I
visit
was,
him,
man. I
go
thought we were going
support,
somewhere
you
with
know.
this story,
Go
bro.
support.
Come on, bro. Jeez, go back to the streets, boy.
Go throw him a
now,
dollar.
You're for the
just-
streets.
if you want a little drama, I mean, it was people, obviously. You know, people are going to get on your nerves.
Yeah, I
but-
always had anxiety going to Guitar Center for some reason.
Yeah, but most people.
Yeah, I just feel like just an elite group or
People
something.
are dirty there.
Well,
Please don't talk about the Guitar Center.
No, that's what happens, man. When you go into any kind of like niche place, you go into a photography store, you're gonna walk in, they're gonna look at you and they'll be like, "Do you belong? Do you actually know about cameras?"
Right,
I
right.
felt super
Get that.
comfortable though. Like that was a complete opposite feeling for
Yeah,
me. But
that was me
I
being
always felt
self-conscious,
like, bro, I'm tired of listening to Stairway to Heaven, or I'm tired of hearing I don't
Smoke
know,
on the water,
exactly
bro.
the same riffs over and over again. I'm like, I don't know how you guys do it. If anything, I feel better that I'm gonna walk out after I buy whatever I need to buy. So bye.
And that's a conversation I want to have because I had this thought in my head. It's like, yo, these guitars are expensive. I feel like being a musician is a white man's game sometimes, man. It's so expensive. Nobody in the hood is going to be able to pay $800 for a good guitar.
Look, my benefit, I was able to get a discount, so
Of
that's
course,
why
probably
I
like
got-
$20 off.
And I don't know if you would be
How much-
I don't know,
how much?
You're not working there anymore.
Yeah.
Could I say that you gave me a discount?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck.
Well, how much is a discount you get
Omar gave me a
yourself?
discount.
Is that something you can
Okay, so like
put out?
before the discount was it was okay because the times were okay, but then as inflation, all that, the cost of things started going up, and the company just started to squeeze more and more profits out of it. So there was no more room for discounts. Like he got a deal off a Fender amp
There
that
you go,
would
that
have would have
That's
cost me in
beautiful.
the past.
Tube,
like,
huh?
It is tube, but I think he paid too much in comparison to what I paid for that
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
when I first bought it.
Yeah.
It was a $320 amp, and it was
Oh.
put up for $499.
Exactly.
How much did you pay?
Oh,
I don't know,
shit.
with taxes,
Yeah.
probably like close to $6.
See,
Maybe?
there you go, and it was priced at $700, $800.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like no. Things have gotten pretty bad as far as like just corporate taking care of people. Like the incentive to work there was, hey, I come here, I can do music stuff and also sell music things and then get a good deal on it. No, now you go in there. Most of the people don't know how to play music.
Yeah.
They don't even know anything about the product. So it's kind of like Walmart. You either look it up or order it online and just show up and pick it up. And then they started taking away the discounts. So and of course, new management, new people started to come in, and hey, they mess with you, man. If you think you're comfy, they'll
Did
remind
you
you.
guys see it? Well, I don't know if you noticed it when Craigslist was like popular, where everybody was selling their used gear, and they're like, why am I going to buy a new guitar for whatever price and I could just go and get it used? Did you guys see it then, or did you feel it then? Or
Yes.
was it okay?
But that's also when I saw prices of used gear go up. Like during that COVID time, like I swear it was just like, oh, everybody's selling things online. Cool. That means we could just mark up everything, and they started
Everything's business now.
everything. Well, I mean, everything is money. Everybody
Everybody's
wants
an
money,
entrepreneur now.
But that's
I got toilet paper. What y'all need?
you
Well,
got, you got toilet
yeah.
paper.
Remember when the COVID-19?
understand- Yeah.
Yeah,
I understand their side because they are leasing the space. They have to pay the lease as far as like the building.
It does get expensive.
It's expensive. Their utilities probably went up too. As far as like
No. Look,
No?
I'm just gonna. No, dude.
I'm just gonna cut you off right
I'm
now,
just gonna
brother.
look.
Goodness.
I honestly, I can't remember what number it was, but Guitar Center in the last 2 years has made more than they ever have.
Every company has, right?
Really?
And yes, and
because were the loans that they were giving out?
no, man, they were selling a lot. They were
really?
selling a lot during that time. During COVID time, everybody was getting money.
Yes.
Everybody was getting money.
Not
Yeah.
only that, everybody wanted to do something indoors. So I'm pretty sure the whole keyboard,
How about play a guitar? I have a
guitars,
a lesson.
drum set that they didn't put together.
Get an online
Exactly.
lesson, guitar lesson. Yeah.
Everybody was buying studios. Everybody was buying recording equipment. Everybody was buying like instruments. Everyone's like, "This is the year I learned how to play guitar."
Yeah.
I should check Craigslist now. They probably just gave that shit up already.
I don't even think Craigslist is still up. Is that still a thing?
It is
Yeah, it's still a thing. Or offer up. I try offer up, but like, yeah, instruments was always expensive, no matter what. Instruments like Guitar Center was very expensive, and I was thinking about like children that are unfortunate can't get a chance to get a guitar that you get a cheap one, but it's not the thing, man.
Were you unfortunate?
Yeah, most I, as a Latino kid from immigrant parents, it's just, again the guitar that I got that.
Yeah.
It's a prize. It's just.
Do you remember the price of your first guitar?
It was like $700.
Mine was $50.
Was it really?
Yeah,
Your first
it was
one?
Like my first guitar? I thought my first expensive guitar.
I was like, oh my goodness, pobrecito over here.
No, my first
one was
guitar was for free.
Yeah, mine too.
I stole it.
Oh, what?
From my roommates, man. Long story short, I got my ass kicked one time. Some dudes broke in. Man, I could tell this story later on, maybe.
No, tell it now, bro. We're already engaged in it.
I'm invested.
Well, it all started at Tuesday night.
It was a Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday night. I was getting all dressed up, getting pretty, got my skinny jeans on. I fucking ironed my hair and shit.
Goodness.
I was ready. I was like texting the girl, hey, let me sneak into your house. Put me through your window. Come on, man. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm almost getting her. And then she's like, sure, come on. Okay, maybe. And I'm like, okay, cool. I got perfumed ready. And at the time in my roommate's house, we had this dog. It was like this pit bull or something. They were taking care of it. Long story short, it was, every day we have to put a block on the doggy door. The doggy door is broken. You have to put a fucking brick to block the dog from getting out.
Were you in college?
High school, senior year.
You said roommates.
Yeah, roommates.
He's getting to that point.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, so I got these roommates in senior year high school.
This is a very intricate story.
Right, yeah.
I'm invested, bro.
So, that's the rule I had to follow in that house. So that Tuesday night, 8:30, 9:30, I was getting ready and I came back from work and I forgot to put that brick in front of that little doggy door. That little pit bull just took off. It was I guess an expensive dog or something. I didn't know nothing about it. And then, that happened like 2 days ago. That happened. The dog just took off. And my roommate's like, where's the dog? I don't know, man. It's like, oh, they're going to get mad at me. And I was like, all right, whatever, dude. And then, I'm getting ready to get some, got pretty that Tuesday night. And
Got that cold water?
I look good, and I sprayed my mouth cologne.
Oh, shit.
This is good. No, I'm just joking. That was a bad joke. So I had to knock on the door. I opened that door. As soon as I opened that door, they just grabbed me by my long ass hair. And then I don't know what the fuck was happening. They just grabbed me by my hair and started dragging me. I was like, ah! And I remember that moment. I screamed like a bitch. I was like, ah!
Let's hear it.
That was it.
Oh, no.
I was like, oh my God, that was a bitch scream. What's happening? So they fucked me up. There's like, I don't know what the fuck was happening. It was just so fast. And then one dude just went inside the house looking for, I guess, the dog. But at the moment, I didn't know it was the dog situation. So I didn't know it was just what the fuck's happening.
You're just getting your ass kicked.
I just getting my ass kicked, bro. So one dude goes in the house. I'm getting dragged out. And then I'm like, what the fuck's happening? Is this guy he's just holding onto my hair? I'm like, oh, fuck it. And I just fucking pushed his hand, I pushed his ass, and I just took off, and I was just running. Where am I gonna go? And then I was just looking around, and there was like this porch with fencing around it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go behind that porch fence. So I'm just hiding behind the porch fence and shit. I'm gushing in blood, and I was like, fuck, what the fuck, dude? And I got these rosary, those rosary bracelets of Santos. Santos, help me, Maria. And then I look over, and I see a lady watering her grass. And now, at this point, this is midnight now. It's 8, 9:30, right? Somehow it turns to very late at night. People are sleeping.
She's watering her plants.
She's watering her plants.
What? At midnight?
Yeah. So I was just like, what's going on?
She's conserving that water.
So I go out there and she's like, I go, excuse me, miss. And she goes, ah! And my face is all fucked up. And I'm like, and she's like screaming and shit. It's like, I just need a pack of ice water. I need to clean my face. No, you need to call the ambulance. I was like, no, I don't want no ambulance. And so she ended up calling the ambulance. The ambulance came through, and I was just like, guys, are you guys going to charge me if you guys take me? Sir, you don't look good. We need to take you. I was just like, I don't want to get charged. Should I just get a pack of ice or something?
Just how I look.
It's just how I look. I'm fucked up already with makeup on. And no, they had to take me in.
Damn.
They had to take me in, and then, there was a whole process. I was just like, what the fuck just happened?
I fell down the stairs.
And then,
I swear I ran into the door.
Dude, and then, the first thing I had to do is take a shower, clean up. And then I was like, you just put your clothes back on. And I'm like, okay. And I'm just trying to find my clothes. And I see my pants. I try to put my pants on. And I look at my pants. I shit myself.
Oh my God.
I was like, what the fuck? I was that scared, dude.
No wonder
I
that lady
shit
screamed.
myself. I was shit myself,
She
man.
smelled
And
it.
then,
She smelled it.
you know, it was a journey, dude. It was crazy.
It sounds like a journey.
So is that when you went back to tax them for the guitar? This is the story about when you got your first
yeah,
guitar.
so the guitar, yeah. So and the roommates, you know what? So at the time, so like, you know, I decided to come back home. So I decided to come back home. My roommates were home, you know. So there was a guitar there, and I was like, you know, fuck this shit. I'll take the fucking TV and the guitar. I'm like going back to California, you know, with the TV and the guitar, you know.
What happened to the girl?
What girl?
Like the girl of the story, the one that you were sneaking into her house.
Oh, the reason why the dog got let out.
The
Premise of the story.
The premise of the story was a guitar, then a girl, never happened. I got a guitar out of it, and a TV.
And a TV.
A fat fucking old TV with the color inputs, you know.
Right.
But yeah, it was a journey, man. So yeah, that's how I got my first guitar.
Beautiful story, man. I love it.
Just like the Notebook.
My God, mine is a little simpler, bro. I was at Vegas. There was some carnival games, and there was a dart game, and I was missing. And on my last dart, bro, I just said, "Fuck it." I just tossed it. As I was walking away, they're like, "You got a winner." I was like, "Oh shit, okay." They're like, "Pick a prize," and there was two prizes. There was this giant stuffed unicorn. And then right next to it was this like crappy Huntington guitar, like some Chinese like acoustic guitar. And I was looking, I was like, man, that unicorn could give me some girls. Nah, I was going to say that guitar might do a better job. and I just grabbed the guitar. I think I was like 16, 17. And then I went back to my hotel room and I tried to tune it by ear. And
Wow.
And that was the story. That's why I started playing guitar. So pretty, you know, not as dramatic, but I was like, hey. Same reason, girl, you know?
Girl, yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Did you get the girl?
yeah.
No, I never got any girl.
You got many girls, bro. Come on.
No,
Don't be shy.
Bro, we can have that conversation on the next
He got
podcast.
feelings.
This guy got a lookbook.
Oh, no, man.
You're such a ladies, man.
I
He
swear.
got feelings, bro.
I
Look
swear.
at you, man. I'll trade a day in your shoes.
No,
and
you
shit.
don't. You
I
don't
just
want
plow away and shit. Oh no, it's almost midnight.
it. This fool says full moon out. No.
I'm turning into Omar. My hair starts growing curly.
It starts turning curly.
It magically appears a scarf and shit.
Going a little deep on what you had just mentioned, Omar, as far as like Guitar Center had taught you how to actually use rejection.
Yes.
Have you felt that now asking a girl and getting rejected is easier to do that job, or is it basically traumatized you?
No.
Interesting. In what way though? Like,
You know why? Only because when it comes to interacting with like women, you're selling yourself. It's the same idea,
Yeah.
but like I never liked selling.
I was gonna say you never liked
You know? No, I didn't like girls. Yeah, that's what it is.
I was like,
no.
Girls are nasty.
I never really liked selling. It was just something I'm good at.
Okay.
And so when I'm interacting with people, I'm not trying to sell
No,
myself.
you have natural charisma.
But exactly.
Yeah.
It just comes off naturally.
Yeah.
I don't try to like go, hey girl, you wanna buy something off of
Can I
me?
get your digits?
You know, let me get your digits, because essentially that's what
Yeah.
you're doing when you're interacting in a relationship.
But you know what got you going is your looks, man.
You know what?
That helps a lot.
You would think.
You would
no,
think.
I know.
Look, man, look,
Compared to a beast and like a troll, saying the same thing you saying, he would just get shitted on.
No. That's continue, Omar. Continue.
No. It's charisma, honestly.
Okay, bro.
It's less about looks and more about charisma.
Yeah,
I had this buddy of mine. He was my mentor. And I swear to God, this guy could say anything. He could say anything to anyone at any moment and no one would get offended. And I mean, no offense to him, he wasn't very good looking. I think it was more the way he presented himself without the fear of rejection.
Okay.
Now, like I said, I can do that on a normal interaction. Like, let's say right now, I'm not trying to buy nothing from you guys. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. This is just me calm, natural, relaxed.
And do you attract a lot of people with this energy?
Yes, I do. But see this,
vampires.
But oh yeah, energy vampires. Yeah.
Man.
No, but that's where I draw the line, bro. Honestly, when it turns into something else. Now, if I'm expecting something from you, let's say you're a pretty girl, and now I want your number. Oh shit. Now I'm trying to sell you something, and I don't like it. I don't like that.
All right.
So that's where I'm kind of.
I think the idea, and this is just a pointer from me to you.
Give it to me. I know you're. Never mind. I'm not gonna
hit me with your best shot.
I know you're into the feelings.
Come on, hit him. Come on, let me see him.
My thing that's worked for me as far as like the approach that I go when I go meet a girl that I find attractive is literally don't fantasize of the idea of the future with that girl. I think we put too much emphasis on what isn't yet, that we overthink everything as far as like who we are as a person, who we should pretend to be so that we could attract the girl. Now, of course, social media has overinflated women's egos and the idea of what they are too. Yes, but it also comes down to what you see. I understand that the market is what it is now. They think they're all 10s. Yeah, girls are pretty.
Yeah.
More than the average girl is pretty, but they're average. Most of them are average. Averagely pretty.
Averagely pretty, yes. I believe that.
Way better looking than me. But the idea is go and just basically introduce yourself to that girl without overthinking. If you find her attractive, where you think, hey, I like the type of clothing that she's wearing, the way that she's presenting herself, don't overthink the idea of what she is, because in reality, she isn't what you're thinking.
Yeah.
You don't know her yet.
Because she's a person, just like anybody else you interact with.
Yeah, especially if you're like new in the love game, you overthink things, especially like for some reason as a guy growing up, as a young man, you think of women more than what it is, very more complex. Women are, you got to talk to women certain ways, you got to, gestures, you start overthinking things, but you just got to see them as just another human being that has emotions, and just, eventually the way you present yourself, charisma, eventually just matches out equally.
Yeah. I think once you start blending in your charisma, your natural charisma.
Yeah.
And like he's saying, you're not ugly. I'm not saying the way that he's saying, like you're handsome or anything.
Enrique is one of my biggest fans.
I'm a fan.
He's a fan of me. Yeah,
I like it.
But it's more of just that overthinking that you're kind of going through right now. Me personally, I think any type of guy that's coming up right now, you're going through a transition, is your main focus should be your finances.
Yes.
Girls should be secondary.
Absolutely.
You are number one first. You have to understand
Top G.
that you're going to be the one that's going to provide at some point. You're going to have your own family, and that's what they naturally gravitate towards. Once you fulfill that need for yourself, that charisma that you have will amplify naturally.
Absolutely.
And you're no longer going to be the one chasing. They're going to be seeing you as the person that's potential, and they're gonna be like, oh, I want to gravitate towards Omar because that's who you are naturally. But if you don't become that, it's never, you're always gonna overthink that, the position of where you're at in your life. And that's like I said, that's only advice that I would give.
I love that. No, genuinely, only because I had said it, when an interaction becomes something more than just it being an interaction. Like now you're expecting more out of it. You had said it like, oh yeah, if I interact with you, now there's a possibility of a future. And now if there's a possibility of a future, that's an expectation I'm putting in my brain that doesn't actually exist yet. And then what ends up happening is, yeah, like you said, right now, I'm very traditional. I was raised by a good Mexican woman, who taught me like, hey, you take care of your family. You take care of your wife, you take care of your kids, or else you don't have any.
Exactly.
There's no reason to bring a child into this life if you cannot financially afford it, and you shouldn't, again, have a wife if you can't financially afford it. And that's just logical. That's very logical. That's not very
logical, but also not traditional. Traditionally, and we go past our generation and before our parents, they just had 10 kids. Why?
Well,
and they're poor and they had 10 kids. Like, it wasn't like we're gonna find love and then money. Like it just wasn't planned out. It was just
I can explain that one. I want to interject real quick.
Go ahead, yeah.
Because again, most of from that traditional sense, at least from where we come from, the rancho life, you were on a farm, bro.
Yeah.
You needed help.
Yeah, exactly.
And guess what? You couldn't afford to pay for the help. So guess what you did? You had kids.
Yeah.
That's the reason why someone in those days would have had a child. Was to essentially have somebody to help you on the farm.
It was also the lifespan too, that we didn't have the certain medicines too.
That's right.
Okay.
You know, so we were procreating for that reason as well. But you know, I like our culture as far as like I at one point would want to have my own family, but I'm more like Omar said, logical sense. I need to have a foundation first in order for me to actually bring someone in, so that I could say, yo, like if we do have kids, I'm going to give you an option. Your option is you could stay home and raise our kid, or at least wait until they go to pre-K or kindergarten, where they now could defend themselves physically.
Yeah.
And now you could go do what you want to do when it comes to your career. But it's the options that I want to give out to whomever I bring in.
A very organized, planned out, and logical.
That's more logical. You know,
for sure. You know, but there's other people that just go living in that moment, in the moment.
And that's emotional, and because when you feel it, you need to let it come out.
You let it come out. You know? I feel like bringing, like it's not the right time. We're living, you know, like.
But fuck it, I want it.
It's our nature self, and the woman that, like, for some reason, it just triggers in their body, like, in their heart and soul, like, I want a kid.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I don't have the right circumstances, but something inside of me wants it. But then you can, like you said, emotions could drive you to do some mistakes, but sometimes
I don't believe in mistakes. I believe they're learning experience.
I
think anyone who has a child, you learn from having a child.
I think the best mistakes that you could learn from are from others' mistakes.
Yes,
that's where you're learning the mistakes.
Yes,
personal mistakes. You're growing from those mistakes. Those are your testimonials.
You're right.
That you're going to grow a character from. But overall, like I said, I believe in the tradition of family, like you're saying, very traditional as far as like in that sense. But I disagree with the idea of just having a plethora of kids.
Yeah.
You know, you go to the Catholic Church and you see like a dozen Marias.
Right.
You know? I'm like, bro, what happened?
Look, I just want one or two so that it can give them, you know, the right amount of attention. Because again, if you have one, you give them all of your attention, and then that can cause some sort of, you know, back negative effects. Or you can have two or three, and then, you know, split it up.
I mean, what do you think about Kanye? Not Kanye, my bad. Nick Cannon. I don't
know anything about Nick Cannon.
Well, Nick Cannon, there's a whole meme. Nine kids, 9 kids.
Different women.
And they ask him, well, why are you doing it? I'm just going to have my kids on the, you know. Or Akon también tiene like so many kids, you know what I mean? Like, and they have the resources, but, you know, you just become a FaceTime kid.
FaceTime.
And you become a Disneyland dad. Which are only coming in.
I hate Disneyland. Dad, you told me here 20 times already. You know,
I agree with what he said. He's able to have and financially support those kids, but
emotionally
he's also separating what the unity of a family is, which he's never staying with one woman.
Yeah,
if you want, I'm not saying morally this is incorrect. If you want and you have the position where the abundance of women are coming at you and you're married, like I said, morally incorrect, but I know men. I'm a man. You know, if you have those options, more than likely you're going to take those options. That's crazy. Stay within your family. Take care of your family because those kids need that foundation.
So what is that? That could be multiple things. Taking care of your family financially, right? That's great. But emotionally, it's one of the big proponents of how you raise a family, being emotionally there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You can give them all the money, the big house and all that stuff.
That don't mean nothing.
That ain't mean nothing if you don't have the heart, you know what I mean? With their mom and dad, you know? It's hard. But money can solve a lot of things. But at the end of the day, I think like anything else, is a balance.
Yeah. This is a very interesting transition that we went into. We went into Omar's feelings, and now we're talking about kids.
Oh, bro, that's what I'm ADHD, baby. This is why I'm on the show.
This is the best platform for the ADHD. We'll never keep them bored, boys.
Are you entertained?
We're keeping them alive.
But that was my 2 cents as far as like how I would think you should and carry yourself, because I've known you for a good minute.
Absolutely.
And like you said, you're not an ugly guy.
Yeah, they should be flocking, right? No.
Person, you're fairly good looking.
You'll make some girls' heads turn for sure.
Right, at least one.
One? I just need one.
Yeah.
One would be
All
fine.
you need just one.
But you just have to understand that first it has to come with your own person, because when we were younger, it was a lot easier to get the
Oh,
girl.
absolutely.
One, because we didn't even know what we wanted. We're just getting whatever we wanted. As far as like, oh, a girl winks at us and all of a sudden
Oh,
we're in
yeah,
love,
she likes me. She likes me. I should go
Exactly.
talk to her.
But now we're at a time in our lives where like, okay, if I am going to bring someone in, does she carry the same morals,
Right.
the same values, that kind of thing? So it's going to be a little bit harder. And of course, now that you are in your 30s, they're looking at you, is he able to financially sustain a family?
Absolutely.
And that's the one thing I would say, like, work financial. Your financial game is number one. After that, it comes,
Everything
with
else
that.
comes.
Amen.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very
Naturally.
important.
And that's the plan. I mean, I told you last time, like I realized, oh, okay, I need to change. Because, I'm 32 and I'm still not at a place where I can financially take care of somebody else. I can take care of myself pretty well and, my immediate family, but to bring our life into this world or bring us some, a nice, pretty girl into a new home. Like I wouldn't be able to do that. And that's something I would want to do.
Yeah.
Like it's not even an expectation that, oh, society is making me think that this is what I'm supposed to do. It's like, no, it's what I want to do.
Yeah, it's genetics.
And it's genetics.
It's
Exactly.
genetics.
It's unga bunga.
Social pressure. I mean, we're at a time where now it's becoming a statistic where people, our generation's having less kids.
Yeah.
They're buying a
that's
pit
true.
bull or a little dog.
Yeah, but where
Give them put clothes on
And
it.
here's a controversial statement on that, because I do have a good amount of ladies that I do know, and none of them want to have kids anymore. So they're substituting their natural instinct of taking care of something with buying cats, dogs.
puppy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That
I've
type
seen
of
that.
like animal like they just want to take care of something but denying why they're doing it. Oh, I'm just gonna buy a new dog and a new cat and now have my little family. I'm like, yeah, but that's because you're going against your genetics. You should be taking
Going
care
against
of something.
nature, yeah,
Exactly.
for sure. But maybe they find a way to reverse that. They probably could satisfy that urge with a puppy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the excuse, though.
Yeah, I guess that's like
the
a
excuse
replacement.
Of, the replacement of
Yeah.
them substituting something.
Is that good? I think I see it in LA, downtown LA. Whenever I do some open mics there, I just see a whole lot of young people with their dogs. And I'm like, whoa, dude, nobody walking their kids no more. They got dogs and these strollers now. And I'm
Do you
like,
think
what
it's
the
the
fuck?
scarcity of being committed to somebody, or just the idea that they don't want the responsibility?
It could be a lot, yeah, especially responsibility. Probably it could be a lot of personal traumas. Like I never want to have a kid to go what I went through. You know what I mean? Having a kid, it could be a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
So with the dog, it shits on your carpet, it starts fucking up your life. You go, you know what? I'm gonna give you away.
Or you're gonna die in
Who
12
wants a
years
sweet,
anyways.
cuddly dog, guys? Potty train. You give it away easily. Detach yourself. I see.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not a human, you know what I mean? So it's easy too, that responsibility I think at this point people are starting to have subscription feelings now, you know what I mean?
Subscription feeling.
They start subscribe to that for a bit and they go, I'm not going to pay more anymore, I'm going to let it go.
Yeah,
It just
but
dies
that's
off.
just one theory. As far as what I think, it's just the idea that nobody wants that commitment no more.
Yeah,
that
for sure.
responsibility.
Yeah.
I'm 100. Like you guys said, or I don't know what you called me when you called me, a word that I don't even remember what you called me anymore.
This guy, I called you a square. He
Something
called you
about a
stickler.
square.
You
Yeah,
were
I'm
a
very,
stickler.
I'm very strategic.
Anal.
I'm very strategic. Even when it comes to the ladies,
Yeah, damn, bro.
even
You
when
are.
it comes to,
I like my toast not too burnt, but not too.
Yeah, so for me,
Butter on
I don't
top.
have female friends at all. Like for me, I'm like, okay, you want to hang out with me? That's a date. If you're literally telling me that if we're hanging out, no, there is no purpose in this. I am too old to hang out with you.
I need to see who I'm marrying.
You know what?
I'm too old, bro. I'm way too old.
You just trying to find a wife, not a girlfriend, bro.
Well, that's the idea of
That's right.
having a girlfriend.
That's right.
The idea of getting into a relationship.
you don't want to waste time.
Exactly. I don't want to waste my time. That's my thing when I approach a girl or when I'm talking to somebody or when they're trying to talk to me, because a lot of girls, they love to hang out. like I said, I like being indoors. They love being outdoors. They
Social.
like experiences,
Yeah.
being in social interactions. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, if I'm going to be in an uncomfortable position for you, it's going to be for a purpose. I'm trying to get to know you, not as a friend, not as a colleague, not as an acquaintance.
Right.
We're getting to know each other to see if we're compatible.
Yeah.
But
Right,
if you tell
right,
me, no, we're just
compatibility,
hanging
yeah.
out and we're just friends, like, nope.
No, are we doing
Nope.
this or not?
Exactly.
Is this because of the age, or is it always been like that? in
No,
that
it's the age for
Sixth
sure.
grade and shit.
It's the age.
It's the age,
I'm
looking
yeah.
for a wife.
Yeah, it's the age.
It's the age.
Yeah.
It makes
And
sense.
Like
Yeah.
I said, I do have a lot of girls that I do look up to, you know, that I respect them as humans because they're hardworking, they're doing their thing. 100% always respect them. Will always be a gentleman, you know, like will always be cordial, but I'm not going to go out of my way
to
you know,
roll out the red carpet for them.
Let's go
And
watch this movie
too
on Friday,
Too
you know?
many guys are doing that.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
told our buddy, I was
many guys.
like, get with this girl. He's like, I ain't gonna scoop her off her feet. She needs to scoop me off my feet. I'm like, what? Okay, all right,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah, but that's my thing. Like, I don't like wasting time. Like, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want you to egg me on as far as that idea that maybe one day we will become something. But no, that's me. Like, my approach is very just straightforward. Yo, we're going to go on a date. If you want to get to know me, that's what we're calling it. If you want to call it, we're just hanging out. It's not going to be that, because now you're putting me in a position where I can't be myself anymore, because now I have to navigate this friendship guy thing that most guys do. They hover around
Yeah,
women. and
very
they're like-
elementary.
Exactly. Very,
Yeah.
very elementary. And I know look, some girls are funny as far as like their humor.
Some girls
You
are.
know,
Oh, they play games.
You know, but
Yeah.
you
They
know,
play
like,
games. You know what they're doing.
I see these guys just laughing at nothing. I'm like, bro, that wasn't funny at all. Why are you laughing? Like, what is the context of this?
Oh, you know what they're trying to get.
Exactly. And that's
Yeah,
not who I am, though.
they
That's
have
not
their
who I
own
am.
motives. You know, everybody got their motives.
Yeah,
right?
but that's not who I am. That's literally not who I am. I'm not going to act a certain way because that's what you're used to. I'm not going to feed you a lie because that's what you're used to. I'm not going to tell you, oh, we're best friends. Like, nope. What the hell we are? We're not best friends.
You just try to say you're not a snack, bro. You just
He's the whole meal.
he's the whole meal.
That's
Enchilada,
right.
dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
but like I
man.
said, I 100% respect women.
Absolutely.
I have one friend that's a female, and she understands my position on everything when it comes to how I navigate life. She can't just be calling me at any time talking about her problems about ex-boyfriend or whomever. It can't lead up to anything
I don't
like
care.
that. Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Are we scheduled?
Yeah, that's exactly what I say. I don't care. And
I ain't
that's it.
your dad.
That's where the conversation ends. You talk to me about some guy you met, bro.
Stop
nope,
it.
Nope.
Stop
I'm
it.
not gonna listen.
Call your uncle.
I do not care.
Hey, will you listen to me talk about a guy I met? Shit.
Oh, shit.
He's like, I don't care.
I think it's cool, man, the way you think, how you carry yourself in that sense, man. Like, you know, you feel like you're at that age, you know, and you know this shit got to be serious. But
Yeah.
but then again, I feel like our generation is mingling with it's opening up different opportunities now in relationship. What is like questioning and changing what is a relationship?
Yeah.
It's
for
wild.
Sure.
There's people like having like they're having two, three people in the relationship.
Oh,
That's a thing.
baby, that's always been a
Like
thing since the
polygamous?
beginning.
Yeah,
of
but it seems
time.
like it's more like it's becoming more, I guess,
Normal?
Normal.
Yeah, I think values have
That's the
changed a
way.
little bit, which
Yeah.
is why people are like, oh, okay, you know what? Why don't we do what they did back in the in the ancient Greece times? You know,
Yeah.
everybody was fornicating, and everybody had like five girlfriends.
It works for some,
and
and
some people I guess like that.
relationship is changing. Everything's changing. The way you think, it's very cool. It's very solid and almost, I like it.
Like I said,
yeah.
I'm never going to be mean or rude to
Yeah,
a woman just because she wants to have some sort. Like, anybody could call me female or male. And,
Are you a
hey,
threesome type of guy?
I don't have that kind of energy.
He's going
Bro,
in
I'm
deep.
34.
I only got 10 pumps in
I don't
me.
have that kind of energy.
I can't
you know?
split them.
I got 3 pumps in me, baby.
That's too much time. I need to go make some money.
I have the extra girl make you coffee and shit. We ain't fuck yet. That's, you fucking up my coffee. Fucking the shit out of it with some sugars. Damn.
Yeah, like I said, it's more of just my position. I don't like wasting any time as far as like in any type of thing that I'm doing, like my career, what we're doing, or how I spend my day. It's more calculated than anything.
Hey,
Yeah, and of course, like
That's
I said,
tight. I like it.
I'm always super nice to women. You know, like I am gonna just, if they need help, I'll help them out. But if you're talking to me, there's a reason for it. Because like you said, times are changing, and now because of social media, you know, women are getting more attention. Their egos are overinflated right now a little bit. Just a tiny
high
bit.
egos. How you feel about that?
You
Would
know,
you
just-
would you marry a strong woman?
Nope.
Not physically strong, but characteristic strong.
You know what?
like
I got a soft spot for hard-headed, strong women.
Yeah, I bet you
think-
do.
I was gonna say the
Yeah,
emotional.
you need a woman like that.
Yeah,
you need a
Ro-
woman
Ro-
like
I see that. I see
Get
that.
your ass up, boy. Get over there. Okay.
And I'm just like, yes, ma'am.
Yes, man. Whatever you want. Yeah.
I could see Omar being the beta for sure.
Yeah.
No, baby, I'm all about interplay. All right, we
Interplay?
can trade. You know, I don't always have to be the tough guy. Sometimes I want to feel some
that's
type
why I
of
love
way.
my wife.
You want to
You
be
know?
the feminine at some point, you know?
Hey
I wanna wear some
man,
heels.
I'll cry.
Yeah, that's why I love
You
my
want me to
wife.
wear
She's
heels,
strong.
whatever, baby, whatever makes you, whatever happy. I guess.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, but we all have our own ways of living life. You know, if it works for
Absolutely.
you, it works for you. For me, it just like,
I'm
you know, this is who
alpha.
I am now. You know, I'm not wasting my time. Like,
And there's a market for Irvin, who you are right now. You know what I mean? You just
There
haven't
is
found her.
they're like they're 36-year-old women ready
hell
for.
no, bro.
Hell no,
You
boy.
just gonna try to get a 26-year-old.
Hey,
That girl still
no,
want to live life,
my
bro.
age gap right now is 24 to 30.
Yeah,
That's
see?
my age gap. I am not going over. 30.
It's gonna be
I'm sorry.
harder, man, because I feel like these 30-year-olds are starting to be like, you know what? I'd rather get with the guy when I'm 45.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
No,
I don't got time for
I
that shit
struggle
no
with
more.
that
I'm
too.
just gonna be fucking left and right.
Well, it
And
all
you-
comes down to one. I have no issue with the 30-year-old because of her age or her look or whatever.
No.
It all comes back to biology. I want to have a family at one point. If I start dating a 34-year-old, we're gonna date for a year. So now she's 35. We're gonna get engaged. Maybe the next year she's 36. We're gonna have kids. She's 38. High risk. Why am I gonna put myself in that position?
What's high risk?
high risk as far as like her health,
Right,
and
right,
also
yeah.
the baby's health.
Right.
I'm building myself right now so that I could get what I want later on. I'm not sacrificing certain things
Time,
so that
yeah.
I could then get with somebody that did whatever she wanted, whenever she wanted, whomever she wanted with,
There you go.
and then basically say, "Oh, I did all this work so I could get what did you do to build yourself up?"
Exactly.
Are you building yourself up to be a good wife, a good mother, or are you just basically living up your life, your 20s, and say, "Hey, I'm living my life because it's my youth. Congratulations, go for it. I have no argument. You do you, you know, but I'm not going to be that guy that's just going to get whomever, you know. I'm going to get what I want because I want a family. In order for me to have a family that's going to be sustainable, I have to put some sort of standard as far as like what I want. And age, like I said, it all comes back to biology. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with how they look, you know, that they're getting wrinkles or white hairs or whatever. Would care less.
Yeah.
That's all physical. You know, the beauty's going to...
It's gonna go
It's gonna
anyways.
fade away anyway,
It's gonna
you know?
go anyways.
Especially in women, you know.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, they go quicker.
we become silver foxes.
Yeah,
Hello, ladies.
that's right, baby.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
Men
but-
have it a little easier in that sense, where when we age a little bit more gracefully.
We still plant our seeds at age 60, you know.
My grandpa, he passed away, but he at 50 something, yeah, he had a kid. And I was like, oh, so that doesn't stop you. But if a woman tried to do it at 50 something, now she's at risk.
Big time.
And that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate for her because it's
Yeah.
like, oh, she doesn't get to choose anymore.
Right.
You have a small window where you're allowed to do this
But
thing.
you have to understand
It's almost
that
like a curse for these ladies, huh?
Well, the thing is that we mature differently,
Yeah, it's
right? Because
crazy.
you have to build your character. We have to chase them.
Yeah.
So they have the privilege when they're young because they're so gorgeous and beautiful
Right.
that they get the plethora of the choice.
Yeah.
They have
It's
choices.
up to them to then choose properly, and they have a time span.
Yes,
as far as
yeah.
like the type of man that they're gonna want, it all determines on the time span that they get. So if they don't want to have kids, if they just want to go having events and experiences, cool, live your life until you're like 40 or whatever, and then get that guy that you want. But you have to understand that you're gonna need to get the guy that doesn't want kids either.
yeah.
You're not gonna get the guy that wants to sustain a family. You're not gonna get that guy. Now you're limiting yourself as far as like who you're gonna get.
Right.
But if you're gonna want a good guy, someone's hardworking, character, all that stuff, you have to look for that, and you have to build yourself for that type of person too. You can't just come in and just like, hey, I'm pretty, and that's it.
What's the Mad Flavor guy said? Joey Diaz, the last of the Mohicans. You ever heard that one?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got the reference is not working, but for sure, like you're gonna be a rarity in the future for sure. Because whatever the way you're saying, the whole having kids, that's gonna go away. I think that's all gonna go into a place of like
AI.
I mean, AI. You can play the technology, but like environmental wise, the atmosphere. There's a lot of women are not going to be able to have kids. People are starting to be less reproductive because of nature sense. It's like reducing. So that is just going to slowly just fade away because it seems like the way humanity is just like biologically, it's just changing in women.
Yeah, for sure.
People ain't gonna have no kids. They're gonna have test tube babies, and that's when you fit in probably. When you'll have calculated baby where you'd be like, I want green eyes, strong. You can calculate your baby, man.
Tall. I want him tall.
I want him taller than me. I like the light skin. He starts making them into you and shit.
Turns out still looks like me.
Yo, dude, you'll make me like Omar.
It's Omar.
That'd be crazy, man.
Yeah. But no, definitely. Time is definitely changing. You could look at it in a negative way. I always look at it as a positive way.
Yeah, I guess
it is what it is.
It's just what it is.
Like, we're not going to change anything by arguing anything.
No.
This is what it is, and you have to either adapt to it and learn from it, and then just that's it. Adjust yourself. Exactly what you're saying.
Be flexible. I agree with that. I think anything that comes into your face, you should be able to say, hey, do I like this? Do I not like this? If I don't like this, can I change this? No. Can I get away from it? Yes. Okay, then I'll do that. Yeah. But that's where we have control. That's where we have the power to make this choice that, hey, this is what I like. This is what I don't like. Everybody has their expectations, their wants, their needs. And I don't think it's right to shit on anybody based off of what they expect out of life.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's their choice. That's your choice.
No, and it could be lessons, but it's just life.
It's just life.
Some plants grow without
live your life the way that you're going to live your life. He's going to live his life.
It's not right or wrong, right?
Not right or wrong. Exactly. It's all learning experience.
Whatever floats your boat, right?
As long as you don't steal my guitar, bro.
Don't steal my girl,
don't steal my guitar.
Steal my guitar.
Don't steal my baby.
Do you still have that guitar?
Huh?
You still have that guitar?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
it's one of those guitars that you ever seen those rich musicians have? It's all fucked up. And like,
hell yeah.
That's my guitar right there.
Hell yeah.
It's all fucked up. It has a story.
I like that.
And has those roommates ever came back at you and say, yo, where's my TV?
Yeah. Well, it was during MySpace time. I got a message and saying, hey, man, I need my guitar back. There's a warrant for you. And I'm like, warrant? Shut the fuck up. Delete. Shut up, man. That was a warrant for me.
All right.
Come on, man.
But stealing guitars and TVs.
Yeah, I got this big TV, man.
You still have the TV?
No. I threw that motherfucker out. I gave it to my sister, and then she threw that out and bought herself a better TV.
All right.
But hey, you do what you got to do. I mean, that's how I learned how to play guitar. And again, like I always depended on a person to play the guitar for me. Please, man, play guitar for me. Let's write songs. And then at that point, I was just like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to learn how to play the guitar. I'm going to write my own music, my own time, in any way. I'm not going to be restricted. Same thing with podcasting. I'm not going to be restricted. I'm just going to go outlet and be what I got to do.
There you go. And do you have any shows as far as like when it comes to your comedy, or you're planning to do anything?
With the stand-up stuff like that? I'm just going to be doing a lot of open mics. Okay. Start flexing it again. Okay. Start flexing that muscle.
You're going to do it out here?
Maybe here, dabble a little bit here. Okay. But mostly, see some out there in the city,
Okay.
Get the, you got to network out there too.
Yeah, for sure. And if you do have shows, just let me know. That way I can plug you in.
Oh, for sure, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
For sure. That's the deal. That'd be cool. Man. Appreciate that.
And I knew Omar was getting into comedy.
I was. You remember that? Yeah. I had a comedy partner.
I remember him.
Yeah, we had, we just had a falling out. That's okay. I know. So it didn't end up going anywhere because he wanted to control everything, and anytime I wanted to be like, hey, I think this would be cool if we did this. He's like, you don't know anything. You don't know. He wouldn't say that directly.
You would watch movies, right?
Yeah, you remember the podcast? That's right. I would get drunk, watch movies, and we just talk shit. And And yeah, he liked that about me, the charisma, the being able to go back and forth and being able to like, here's an idea. Oh, cool. You just gave me another idea. Yeah. And I acted like a springboard. But whenever I wanted to, do that, it was always like, no, that's not going to work. No, that's not going to work.
He wasn't letting you shine.
He just wasn't. Yeah, exactly. He wasn't letting me spread my wings.
Yeah, that's how that happened to me, man, recently.
Yeah?
I got asked to do a show, and I was like, what's my role in this? What am I going to do? He's like, do I do this? Like, what's my role? That's really what I wanted to find out. And he's like, there's no rules, man. Just be who you are. It's punk rock. And I was like, punk rock, I guess.
That's my role.
That's my role. And then,
Anarchy!
That's I brought that energy, and he did not like it. He's like, you're not gonna alpha me in my show.
Oh, wow.
He got started in front of the guests that I brought onto the show. You're not gonna alpha me. He started going crazy. His eyes were popping out, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck is happening? But I stood my ground. He's like, boy, I will chop you down. And I was like playing the bit, chop me up, man. Use your biggest axe, bro. Come at me. And I was just going at it, and he did not like that. He was so infuriated.
So was this practice, or was this at a show, or
it was a show that was in pre-production. We were working on the episodes, gathering episodes, and then releasing them. It was an idea. And he started it off like, this is be the podcast that changes the games on podcasts. This is going to be in the history books. Any other podcast you're going to forget about, but not this one. Ironically, that was the last one.
Oh my goodness.
And I was just like, you know what, that lessons in life, that's what happens. And I learned a lot about myself and in that situation. And I want to shine.
Yeah.
I want to be
the center.
I want to be who I am.
Yeah.
And if that takes overshadowing people, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to be me.
Yeah.
I'm going to be who I was supposed to be, who God made me to be. So if that offends you, then I don't know what to tell you. I guess we can't be in the same room.
Yeah. No, I get that. No, I get that. And Omar, as far as like your endeavors when it comes to actually doing a podcast or doing anything when it comes to stand up, what's the trigger? It's like, what's holding you back? Awkward silence.
It's a partner. I work better with people. I think, honestly, just when I have someone else in front of me, again, they're a springboard.
Yeah.
It's easy. Yeah. It's just right. Like talking to your friend. I can do it easy when there's somebody else in front of me. I definitely used to watch a lot of people who, would do podcasts like solo news report type stuff. And I enjoy that. I love that a lot. But that's lonely. And I don't like that. I would rather not do that. You know what I mean? Like if I can't do it with somebody else, I don't want to do it with anybody. Like that's just why. I mean, like I've tried to do like a spiritual podcast. I mentioned the idea to my brother-in-law and he liked the idea. It just, we just haven't done it. And I like talking philosophy. I like talking spirituality. I like psychology. So that's what I would do if it was solo. Like if it was just me, I would want somebody else who'd share the same values. And then we can talk about like what makes the world move in our brains. But that's why I don't do it. If I were going to do it, that's how I would do it. It would be with those subjects. And I just don't have somebody to do that with.
Gotcha.
So then I'd rather not talk to myself.
What about the whole stand-up?
That was your original question, right?
No. The idea was the podcast and then also stand-up.
Yeah.
Oh, the stand-up. You know what? Like that 3-year thing I was telling you about, how I do something and then 3-4 years come in and I'm like, I'm bored. I need to do something else.
Yeah. Wasn't your tea?
No, it's
stand-up.
I like all types of tea. I like the sleepy time. I like the Earl Grey. I like the green tea. I like it all, but I can't drink it all at the same time. I can only have one cup of tea, like Irvin over here. Right now, his is photography. So that's whatever is photography, he's going to do that. And me, to be able to, I can't be at 2 places at once. I can't do so many things. I like so many things. I'm good at so many things. So I'm just like, what the fuck do I do?
You're in the right direction now, though. I feel like.
Oh, I like this one a lot. I like this.
Yeah. You're happy. You're happy.
Yeah. No. I definitely like talking. I figured out the one constant. It always involves people.
Okay.
And it always involves talking. So like whether I'm good at something or I like something, it involves that. It always involves people and my voice. So whatever that is, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. No, the only reason I'm asking is just because I know you're like natural at this. I brought in people to do this that aren't just like you just fit in. This is your plethora of conversation.
I love it.
You're like, it's effortless, you know, like, and I already see it. For me, I'm already continuously talking about conversations in my head while you guys are talking or while we're talking so that it could lead up to something. So I'm already calculating, but that's just.
But honestly, that's how I did it. I mean, like, this wasn't, I guess it is natural, but I never paid attention to the process because what you described was, oh, wait, that's what I did. I was real shy and I got picked on a lot. So then I would have to like learn how to assess the situation as quickly as I could and then start formulating, okay, how do I get you off my back? I guess I could make you laugh.
Yeah.
And then boom, I make you laugh and then you're off my back.
There you go.
And
I was the opposite. I made them cry.
Okay. Your mom don't like you. Die. Oh shit.
But I did the same thing. I would have to calculate before.
bully.
But now I've done it for so long that it happens natural.
Yeah.
Like I'm quick.
Yeah.
And that's what stand-up, that's how you get good at stand-up. You have to be quick at responding.
But the whole riffing thing, I think it's kind of like dwindling when it comes to people because we don't really hang out with each other anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about just you guys. I'm talking in general.
Human
senses.
beings,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
We don't. When I was younger, I enjoyed hanging out with my friends and we're just bickering at each other, calling each other gay and everything. You know, like. But it became where we understood how to take it and also to basically give it back. And now it's more like you say something that's semi-offensive, and now everyone's offensive, besides the person that you technically offended. You know, so I think it's more of like we don't.
Oh, you restrain. I see.
Yeah.
So there's more of a filter now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we're just being a little bit more reserved. You know.
Yeah,
as a
it's not
society.
safe out there. I get
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's like I see it in both of you guys that natural gift of just like already spontaneously just already knowing how to riff naturally. I'm kind of growing into it, but it's not natural.
I can give you a tip since you gave me a tip earlier. This is you're like, oh fuck, hold on.
Okay, I think I real quick, guys. I'm sorry about
Hold
this.
on. You got one? You got one? Go
No,
ahead.
I need to use the restroom.
I'll go
I'm at a
for it.
point where I'm holding it that it started to become unhealthy.
Hold on.
We'll
So
keep
while,
going.
hold
No,
on.
we keep going. No, you could go to the
You go.
restroom.
Yeah,
It's
I just-
downstairs, and then on the other side of the lady. Go for it. All right.
No. This is just my bit to you,
That's
man.
not even
Your
me,
advice.
bro.
I hit the wrong button. I told you, dude. I'm still new at this.
That's you.
Dude. So yeah, like it's an exercise. It's a muscle you exercise. So like the best advice that I can give anybody who wants to do stand up or wants to get good at riffing or like just the natural charisma thing, it comes from just throwing something out there and seeing if it sticks. So like let's say I'll say your shoes look stupid.
Yeah.
And you just look at me offended. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm not gonna do that again.
Yeah.
But if I say, man, look at them Ronald McDonald shoes, and you start laughing,
Yeah.
I'm like, there it is.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm going to remember that.
Yeah.
So then the next time I interact with somebody and I'm trying to riff, I'll fall back into something that I know is kind of funny.
Yeah.
So like I'll tell the same joke 20 billion times.
Yeah.
But not the problem. The benefit is that I'm not telling it 20 billion times to the same person.
Yeah.
I'll have a joke and then I'll say it. Like
You're growing it. You're growing that joke, but you're kind of like perfecting it.
yes, or just so seeing how it sticks with different type of people.
Okay.
Because you were talking about the filter, and you have to watch what you say because sometimes the joke isn't funny and it's offensive, and that might hit somebody in the right way where they're not offended and they find it hilarious. Or you might tell it to somebody who's just like, my dad had cancer. How dare you joke about cancer? And I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. I didn't mean
you
to.
just didn't know.
You know what I mean? I didn't know. But that's the risk you have to take. Just kind of like how when you risk talking to a pretty girl, you're going up there and she might say yes, she might say no, but that's the risk you're taking. So if you want to be funny, you got to risk it.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't really going off of me wanting to be funny. It's more of just me wanting to naturally just have a conversation where I'm naturally wanting to have it. You guys naturally want to have that conversation between whomever you're around with. I naturally just want to stay quiet.
Oh, I
And,
see. That's what you meant.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
I'm not going to just go out of my way to make the conversation if I don't need to. If there's already a conversation being led by someone else, go ahead and lead it. I'll listen, I'll interject every now and then. I'm not gonna be rude, but I'm not the one wanting that, naturally. I
Yeah.
feel like you two want it naturally, but it's already in you. That's what I'm saying. I'm basically just pushing myself, little by little.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
But that's how you exercise the muscle. You push yourself.
Yeah.
You say, "Oh, my arms are so weak. Let me do some push-ups."
Right.
And as you start doing them, guess what? You get stronger.
Yeah.
And that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
Hey, but our boy's back.
Yeah,
What's
you
up,
found the drink?
Enrique?
I found the restroom. Yes.
All right. Cool.
Ooh, it was getting unhealthy. I was like, okay.
Well, you did drink a coffee and a water.
Yeah, so you can imagine how I felt. I should have looked, okay, I think this is about to pop. I need to go.
You're so
Or
funny.
I'm just going to piss myself. That's how bad it was.
Oh no.
As soon as I got up, I was like,
Did you find
Unfiltered.
the bathroom
Yes.
fairly easily?
Yeah, I asked the lady in the front. Just like, yeah. Yeah,
Almost
it's,
didn't make it.
thank God I made it, man. You gotta be careful with those bodily flids, man. It can be.
Why
Hey,
were
you shit
holding
yourself
it for
one
that
time.
long?
Well, I was trying to be professional, you know what I mean? It's just like keep it.
All I see is your face turning more and more red. I was like, why is he hot? Is it the light?
Piss is coming out of my eyes. That's a bad joke.
Hey, this is what I was talking about. Sometimes it sticks, and if it sticks, you say it again. I was telling him the basics of stand-up and how to get good at it, and it's just you just throw a joke at the wall, and if it lands, it lands, and if it does, you remember. If it doesn't, forget it and refine it, or just get rid of it.
Yeah. It's just taking those chances. I mean, the part of learning is that you don't get too attached to it. You just kind of you don't get like, damn, it wasn't funny. You just kind of let it
You
go.
say, fuck it, it's time to
Move on. It's just like, okay, nobody cares. So let's go.
Yeah.
No one could hear it because you're not talking to the mic, Omar.
No, they can hear me.
There you go. I was like, you're leaning
No.
forward.
I was like, it's because I talk really loud, so I've learned how okay, if I just kind of angle myself
Gotcha.
this way, I can talk loud, but not be all in the microphone.
Up in the groove.
That's funny.
Do you guys have anything that you guys want to plug in as far as like a conclusion to actually end the podcast? Because I don't even know how long this podcast has been going on. I'm going to say.
Oh, man, we've been,
I'm
like
looking
2
at
hours.
It is 2 hours and 8 minutes.
Whoa.
Holy moly. And Omar didn't even push record.
Oh, shit.
Nah, I'm just joking.
I'm sure that was a close one.
That is the biggest fear, man.
Dude, that is my biggest fear.
Every time.
I had one job.
Right.
You
I
got
had
fired.
One job,
I was
bro.
on the day you got fired.
Well, one job. We have to do it again.
Hey, he's at Guitar Center.
Ooh, I don't think I got it in me to do another one.
No, that's the reason why I projected the image onto the
Smart.
screen, just in case. I'm always having random people doing what Omar is doing. I do want to have Omar more frequently on my podcast. I do like the whole contrast, like we were talking before. He's just naturally this. And if I could naturally just have him here and grow my pod with friends like yourself, I consider you guys a friend now.
Cool, man.
You know?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, there you go. I see what you said.
Thank you, Fred.
Just don't steal my guitar, please.
Just don't steal my guitar.
Yeah.
Don't let me borrow a dog.
Right. Don't let you babysit a dog.
Yeah.
But the idea is more, I like this environment, that I've technically been building little by little. Omar kind of just came in kind of randomly the other day, and I was telling him before we started the podcast, I was editing the podcast. I enjoyed what I was seeing. Literally, I was more of the audience than the person that was editing the podcast.
Wow, you enjoyed that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Bro, I'm just pushing buttons. Look, look, I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what happened to me?
That doesn't, bro. What is that?
Dude, my camera turned off.
That's probably the battery.
Oh, okay.
We've been talking forever.
We've been talking for a long
Yeah,
time.
we've been talking for a good minute.
Where am I?
Yeah, I was like, bro, why is my what
Lights
happened?
went out. The
lighting.
Yeah, I do enjoy this a lot. I do hope that Omar does come more frequently. I do want you to actually sit in this chair at some point, because that was the idea for the longest time.
You're supposed to be interviewed, bro.
I was supposed to be interviewed.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the one that was going to be my guest at one point. But, like I said, it just randomly happened where Ramses, Shada Brown Pod, he basically was in here. I was teaching him certain programs. I was teaching him about the lighting because they got their new spot.
Yeah.
So he's now trying to invest into it. And of course, because I already have the knowledge, I'm like, bro, whenever you need the help, just come through.
Yeah,
I'll walk you through everything. And that's what he did. And we had nothing to do that day. Literally, it was a Saturday. It was raining. And we went out to eat. And he's like, let's just do a spontaneous podcast, just me and you. And I'm like, yeah, but I need someone to fill the board. I need someone to switch. And we just started calling people. And the person that I normally use, he was doing his own thing that night. I had called Omar. He's like, bro, I'll be there. We called his cousin, and he naturally just went and became a guest as well.
The stars aligned.
Yeah, exactly.
It was all aligned. It
But
was
like
like
I
meant
said,
to be.
I enjoy that podcast. So I'll be posting that one next Monday.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, exactly. So
Nice.
that's a really good podcast to actually go and listen to or watch as well if you guys are
Yeah,
more
yeah.
into the visuals. But I enjoy that podcast a lot. It's like I mean, I really mean this. I want Omar more frequently on my
Oh,
pod.
you're a good man.
When you can't do it, don't feel obligated. You know, there's always friends that want to kind of do what you're doing.
I like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
So
That's cool.
There's no pressure on you at all, but it's more just I enjoyed that pod and I enjoyed this pod and I want to continue.
Oh, we can keep enjoying this, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Anything that you guys want to plug in, like I said?
Well, you want to go
Oh
first?
no, bro! I'm just happy to be here. You know, and I'll continue to be here. My camera's dead, or else I'd switch it over to my face. But no, like I said, I've known you guys for a long time, especially Enrique. That's why I was like, I've known you, but I don't even remember when I've known you. And and he's just funny. He's good.
Yeah.
He's good to have around. And Irvin, you too, brother. Like
Yeah.
I've known you for a long time,
Yeah.
so I can talk to you a lot more comfortably than I would say most.
Yeah, for sure, man. It goes both ways.
But that's it. That's what I wanted to plug. Love. I wanted to plug love.
Love. Yeah, amen. Amen. Love.
Amen.
I like that. I
He has
like
feelings, bro.
Hey, but Enrique's got the feelings too.
that. I got emotions.
Hey, tell him about him.
Well, everybody, you can check me out on Instagram, Enrique Booshay. Follow me there. You'll know anything that I'm going to be posting, any events or anything I'm going to be doing, my music, videos, collaborations. Follow me on Instagram at Enrique Booshay. That's the place that everybody should follow me. And eventually, I'm going to start doing live shows, like live on Instagram, so you can
there
see
you
the
go.
process
Nice.
of what's happening, behind the scenes type
Yeah.
stuff. So that's going to be cool. People could ask their questions, and maybe we could collab.
That'd be cool.
But Enrique Booshay, where you can find me on Instagram.
Enrique Booshay.
Enrique Booshay, baby.
There you go.
And
And
you-
as far as the last question for both of you guys, what is your advice that you would give yourself if you were 18?
Oh yeah, one advice would be just, have a planner, schedule,
Have a planner.
have a planner, be scheduled, organize yourself.
There you go.
You
Be
know?
scheduled.
Yeah, basically what this guy does.
All right. What I do.
Irving.
I don't have a planner, but I'll get one.
You don't got a planner?
No, I got a planner.
How do you plan everything?
In my head.
Okay.
In my cabeza, bro.
In your head, I'm eco-friendly.
I like that. No. He's got a big brain. He's got a big brain.
I got a big hair, too.
Yeah, he's
For
got big
sure.
hair too.
Be more organized. Yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely. What would I tell 18-year-old Omar? Well, 18-year-old Omar was working 12-hour days, 6 days out of the week. I would have told him to save all of his money. That's what I would have told 18-year-old Omar. But a normal 18-year-old, like let's just say an Enrique 18-year-old, I'd be like, bro, just be yourself, man. Have some fun.
Thank you.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Believe it.
Yeah. I like that.
Believe it and you will achieve it. There you go. Well, thank you guys for coming through. Enrique, it was the first time meeting you.
Thank you.
It was actually a good podcast.
For sure. Thank you
know?
so much.
Omar.
Now you know.
love,
Now you know
love.
when it's a good podcast.
Love.
Irvin will give you a handshake.
Riffing. Riffing out there. You can't see him, but he's riffing.
I'm over here.
There you go. He's behind the scenes.
I'll see you
Is that
guys.
a floating light bulb?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We just saw it at the end of the show, baby. We
There you go. Got the magic in here, bro. All right, you guys. I'll see you guys on the next pod.